Hello, internet friends. Welcome to Quests in Cthulhu. It is Saturday night. Thank you for spending part of your geekend with us. We are all in undisclosed locations for, my gosh, is this the sixth or the seventh one of these we've done? Maybe either six or seven. They're starting to run together. I hope that you are all happy and healthy and safe where you are. It is a beautiful day that we have spent indoors. And that is the story of our life. We are so glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes on YouTube, on Twitch. If you can find us on Bing, I don't know if there's a way to, our MySpace page is blowing up. It's very exciting. We really appreciate it, the community, and the Discord has been great. Our Discord, it's its own community, and you know, I'm always surprised. I log in there and somebody just goes on to go, "Morning, have a great day," and I'm like, "Who's that person?" That's the thanks person that I don't know. I will now. So I really, it's great, and you end up going into like rooms in the Discord that I'm not like. You'd think I'd only go to the Cthulhu rooms, but you go to all of them because there's good stuff in all of them. Our Discord is amazing. Speaking of our Discord, I put up a bonus for this episode in Discord in the Cthulhu Discord. I put up the Shanghai map that the players have, so that people at home can play along at home. It'll
make a point and guess where one of us is going to die.
We can let the chat vote for what the backup hotel is. That's the. So just a few quick announcements. As always, our sponsor Gordon Biersch. I hear they do fine work. And beer, etc., etc. We have, I want to shout out once again, because I haven't done it in a little while, Birds of Paradise and the amazing dice that, I mean, go to the store. Go to the Birds of Paradise store. They have amazing stuff that is ready to go now. Really great looking dice. Can't get enough of it. Speaking of dice, tonight we have Libris Arcana dice that we are giving away. Amy will be maybe rolling those dice if you're unlucky.
No, you don't want me to touch these dice. Don't even. These should go like hotcakes because I haven't touched them.
That's right. That's our selling point. For this giveaway, Amy will not, they will be sealed in a plastic bag for the entire show. Amy will not be touching the dice. But so we will be giving away a Libris Arcana dice. And because the Book of Inspiration was triggered, we have a second giveaway. We'll be giving away either a Call of Cthulhu starter set, which is what you should pick, or a Gale Force 9 deck of your choice, which, you know, that's nice too. Sure. So 2 giveaways. Thomas will explain in the chat, like, I'm guessing it's hashtag dice and hashtag chaos, or maybe it's...
They're both hashtag chaos. We just do them at different times.
Both hashtag chaos. Great. I want to very quickly go over our schedule for this week because there's one exciting difference that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Monday is a special mitten. Our own James Aaron O will be GMing for the first time, question mark?
I think so.
But definitely for the first time on Quests and Chaos.
Yep.
We'll see. I think he's got a, you know, I think him not doing that would be a sin. See what I did there? See what I did there?
Wah, wah, wah.
Dad jokes. That's all I've got.
You're a bad person.
But so always fun to see a new GM and see how somebody else has a different take on running a table. B, mittens are like one of the few ways that I might actually play D&D because I know there's an end. It's way too long, but at least there's an end. C, it's almost guaranteed not to be a multiple part episode. So Monday we'll be here. It'll be a mitten. I believe Tiana is still running that Saltmarsh game.
I am not.
I started the campaign.
So Monday it's the mitten. Tuesday it's a very special Chaos Agents where Thomas gets to play Sally Jesse Raphael. He's got red glasses and everything. And it's going to be a chat show. So it's your chance to ask the members of the Chaos Agents why they play D&D. That would be, I think, the first question you should ask.
That's what you need to show up for.
That's why they don't let me host those. But it's going to be a neat chance to talk to the characters and the players sort of drill down into the story and why Thomas made some of the choices he made. Usually it's because the players messed things up. As a GM, I know this. But also asking the players how they did things or why they did things and why that impacted stuff. It would, I think it's a really neat chance to hear that. I really enjoyed our quick Q&A that we did. And so this is going to be a mega Q&A for all of Tuesday. That's that. Amy, you want to hit us with some inspiration?
Okay, so we
like
start as players. I know, I'm like, the players have 4 from last time. And
Seth,
then
wait, hold on. Seth
what
wants me to play in the mitten, and he says if he does, he will make a build of the Duchess. That might make me, if I could sit next to Bo and just do the Duchess voice the whole time, that might make me go in a mitten. I want to break Bo just by.
I would pay serious bids to see that.
I totally would.
Tennyson.
problem is you're gonna spit on him probably the whole time accidentally.
I'll wear a
I'll
mask.
have to wait until after quarantine's lifted.
Yeah, because I feel like the Duchess spits.
Oh, it's not. I think at that point it's not spit, it's rain. It's precipitation. I think is a.
It's raining phlegm.
Yep. Okay, so I don't know. I'm assuming the Tamagatora 500 bits for the Duchess goes to. I mean, I'd arm wrestle Ezra for it if we were here.
I would lose. I almost.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think. I mean, I'm assuming that's for Ezra. For the
Sounds like
Duchess,
it.
aren't they one and the same?
Only if she makes an
Wait,
appearance.
where's my hat? I have the.
This could be her first land episode.
She doesn't leave boats.
Oh,
No, she doesn't. Isn't there some sort of devil that can't do that? Like they can't be on the dry land?
I'm sure.
There's
There's a
got to
lot
be.
of old people that just live on used to just live on cruise ships. Probably not
So
so
you're
much
saying
now.
that old people on cruises are demons?
That sounds about right.
That's the
That
takeaway.
feels right.
Yeah, that's the
In my
takeaway.
heart, it feels right.
you heard it from Ezra here first.
All right, so no nukes for Samuel. Give the players 500 bits.
Nice.
Thank you. We're gonna need to undo some damage that we do,
Man,
I'm sure.
That guy is really set on de-escalating Samuel. I don't know what Samuel did to him, but
Samuel obviously can't be trusted with nukes.
well,
I
I mean,
mean,
everybody knows it.
To be fair.
duh. All right, and then Jay Matthews did 1,500 gold. So we've got 3 inspiration, and then underneath it, he said to the keeper.
I mean, of course it's to the keeper. It's Jay Matthews.
Jay Matthews
He is my
spirit animal.
second favorite. I think he's he's my second favorite Twitch user. I'll
Okay.
say it.
Fair enough.
Dang.
And then Tamagatora also just handed out another 1,000 because maybe we won't get kicked out of Shanghai.
I
No.
wouldn't count on it, friend.
No, I think Shanghai's just one more place that we've accidentally blown up, destroyed, can't stay.
And
Donald's got a
haven't
week's
even
head start to
landed
get
yet.
kicked out of you guys. So that's
We haven't even landed yet, and when we're already anticipating getting kicked out.
so I have
I was about to say, shouldn't we just already plan for 2 hotels? And
Oh, yeah.
if so, which hotels would we like to go to? Like, what's our high end, medium end, 2 mediums, high and low? What are we feeling?
Got
I-
Mediums.
I think
Open up
I think we go to a bunch of 3s, 3 to 4s.
Oof.
so there are a number of if you look at that map of Hong Kong that I set there, there's the international quarter. So Hong Kong was basically separated by in the beginning 3 powers: Britain, France, and England. Britain, France, and the US. And the Britain and the US quarters combined to become the international quarter, and the French kept their area. The international quarter is the sort of most Western and has the nicest hotels and most of the good businesses and that sort of thing. The French Quarter is kind of the lawless area of town. So it's actually the history of Hong Kong, not to go off on a tangent, but it's really kind of sad and fascinating. But basically the US, Britain, and France essentially took over parts of the town and said, did I not say Shanghai? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said Hong Kong.
Not Hong Kong, Shanghai, took over parts of the town and said, only our laws matter here. And they actually forced through the crumblings of the Chinese government the law that said that in the American quarter, only American law affected the people there, and in the English quarter, only English law, and that sort of thing. And so the quarters were like the lawless, and the Chinese were essentially slaves. And the 20s is the beginning of a lot of upheaval. There's even a slight chance that Shanghai Shek could be a character in this module.
Don't know who that is.
If you guys want to get revolutionary.
Ooh.
Not intentionally, but you know, things will happen.
Jokes was
You haven't toppled a government yet. You tried in Egypt a little. Actually, you kept the government in power.
That was a different group of people, and I think we were trying to stop the topple of the government, and I think we succeeded.
You guys were yeah, that's right. I have to remember that was the competent group, and now we have the Great Dane Society
with a teensy bit of help from the Black Pharaoh, just a little.
Only a teensy bit of help from a literal Deus Ex Machina.
So, but at what cost? So. Not last episode, but the last time we saw the Great Dane Society, they were on a boat, as they will be, and they were headed there. They did a job for the Duchess. They discovered a scam artist who had a book of some sort, a mythos tome that you guys ended up taking, and the headdress warned you that it was like a beacon and that it could shield you from sort of everyone knowing you had that book. But that means that essentially Joan has to have the book to do that. There's the headdress.
What was the name of the book again?
It was The Sinking of Atlantis or something.
I believe it was, yeah.
Mysteries of the Deep.
Yeah, Mysteries of the Deep. That's what it was. Yeah, Mysteries of the Deep.
And Emma has some of it translated. I don't know how far she got in that.
So after you did the work for the Baroness, you have about a week left on the ship. So you all, at the end of the last Great Dane session, I believe you all did your skill checks.
Did we?
For the B team,
for the B team. I don't think we did for the.
No, all my stuff appears to be. I've still got one. I think we did it like the one before.
Okay, so before the Baroness mission. Okay, that's great. Before the Duchess mission.
Yeah, don't mix those up, man. She will nudify you.
And I'm not sure which one the she is referring to. They could either one.
Yes.
Formidable women all. So the trip, you have another week on the boat. You will arrive in Shanghai on I believe it's we decided April 25th, 22nd.
Sure.
April 22nd.
Yeah.
And during that time, who's translating? Emma's translating the book. It's in Latin. So Emma, make me another Latin roll, which is your favorite roll to make, because you've got like 90 or something crazy.
It's maybe only 70. Yikes. Or I could just hang on to the dice. That's an odd 7. I read the whole damn book. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you have a full translation of Mysteries of the Deep. And it is a book that essentially it tells, as we talked about, the fall of Atlantis and sort of how that all happened. And it theorizes that there are underwater colonies all over the world that are waiting for the chance to return to the surface. And you guys have seen some fishmen in your day.
Yeah.
Boy, haven't we?
Just knowing the fishmen, would I have any, in the reading of this, would I have any empathy towards these colonies, or?
I mean, empathy, does Emma have any empathy? That's an
That's
interesting choice of words.
Good question.
I was under the impression that this is like an example of what not to do. This is
this is, so these people were essentially Atlantis was struck down for unthinkable knowledge, and whatever they were studying caused this civilization to descend into the depths. And the fishmen that you saw, were, not to get speciest about this, but they were not human. Like that was like subhuman kind of, or no, I should say inhuman sort of thing. That's not to say that, if we wanted to be sort of if we wanted to be modern about it, we'd say like, oh, they're an intelligent, we should reach out. They're an intelligent life form. But no, they were pretty awful.
Got it. Well, and not only that too, it's like, look, if the wrath of God came and like drowned your town, good riddance.
Amy is an Old Testament.
Exactly. The other Emma in Saltmarsh would be like, I wonder if we could sell vacation homes there.
She totally would too.
Atlantis,
I hear they like to drink.
It's all beachfront property.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you now, a couple of you have kept items from these fishmen. Like I believe Professor Joan, you have a spear still.
Yes.
And you have some experience with quickly creating paperwork that makes it look like something is a legitimate archaeological find.
Yes.
So I would take any sort of, I don't know, offer me like let's make it an archaeology roll.
Okay.
Or offer me a roll if you want to go a forgery.
No, archaeology is probably one of the best ones. I was looking to see, what I had in some forging, but I think archaeology is the thing that I need. All right. Oh yeah. Let's see. And it is a hard, but not
all right. So with a hard success, I will give you that you are able to put this thing in a crate, and you're able to sneak all of your weapons in this crate as well. With a hard success, it's not going to be checked. You're going to be able to, so you can get all of you can sneak in all the good stuff in there.
And I think in the book, I'm going to hide in my bedroll and things.
Okay, sure.
Books rarely here as well.
I'm sorry.
Joseph also took the fishhook spear, so we can put both of those in the same box together.
Sure. Okay.
And then also things like the rifle and maybe most of Alexandria's knives, because like hell is she going to be caught without at least two?
Yeah. It is tricky normally to get weapons through it. There's bribes involved. Let's see.
Don't we have money for that?
Joan, make me a luck roll.
All right.
Well, Silvano, don't we have money? Don't we have the expendables fund?
Yeah,
for things like
this?
this?
For the hotel.
No,
for
I
the
made it.
backup
I made
hotel,
it.
For the
Totally.
booze.
So
booze, of course.
So Joan, you've actually been to China in your travels, and you have a taste of how utterly lawless this crumbling society is. Essentially, around 1910, I'm not going to actually say a date because I'd get it wrong. But in the tens, whatever functioning federal government China has essentially collapses, largely due to the United States. But there is. It's essentially become regional, almost tribal. People are making their own money and using it in towns, that sort of thing. It is a failed state that has become like city-states that are propped up by most of the colonial powers. Japan, in particular, is a major presence where they were at the end of the Great War. Japan was granted all of Germany's holdings in China. And so Imperial Japan has a large chunk of, I want to say, Eastern China. And soon that will grow. The headdress of eyes has seen the future.
I would know how to talk to the people on the port and show them my papers with extra paper in there, if you know what I mean.
There you go. Yeah, you made a hard success. That is no problem. You have you guys sail through customs. So Donal, on April 14th, he has the next character sheet. On April 14th, you step through a door and you are in Shanghai, China. You've never been to Shanghai, China. Make me a luck roll.
All right, let's see. A 23 would be a success on my luck.
Nice.
Hard success.
All right, hard success. So nobody really kind of notices. You are in the international quarter. In the coming days that you are in Shanghai, you become, you being you and having your job, you sort of taste the town. And you spend several times some time trying to find where your friends are. Like, well, maybe this hotel. No, maybe this hotel. Let's see. The fake names they check in under and that sort of thing. So you're, so you know everything that's on that map. There, you've gotten a good sense of the town. You also know that outside of the international quarter or the French quarter, it is a very dangerous town. There are constant labor strikes, and the solution to labor strikes in this town is for the police to start shooting people. It is not that rare to see bodies just sort of lying there. It's not that rare to see people gunned down in the street. It is a volatile situation, and a lot of it is revolving, as near as you can tell, a lot of it is revolving around a nascent independence movement, and that movement is sort of splintering with a sort of, in a simplistic terms that Donal would understand. This is like the partition of Ireland, where one Ireland is like, we want to be free, but we like the people who are our imperial masters, and the other segment is like, screw everybody, we want to be free. The screw everybody, we want to be free folks are more and more going communist. The screw everybody, but we still like the international community, that tends to be a little more rightist. That's the group that Chiang Kai-shek is sort of leading at this point. And so it takes you about a week to find out where your friends, where they're coming from. And you managed to, with that luck roll, you managed to find out the ship that they are coming in on. Because their fake, the fake names on their passports and such. You also get a telegram from Agent Rogers.
I was going to telegram him. He didn't telegram me, so good.
And he says, he alludes to the fact that he got a report from Flint on an AAR, an after-action report on the goings-on in Cairo, and he's concerned that you have gone rogue, and under no conditions should the headdress be returned to any sort of cosmic power.
Oh, bloody hell.
Do you want to reply anything to him?
Yeah, I better reply to him now.
All right. So what is your telegram reply to Rogers?
I would reply to him that in Shanghai, stop. Not rogue, sent here against my will, stop. Awaiting arrival of A-Team, Donal, end.
All right. Not technically true, but what are you going to do? Okay, so yeah, we will fast forward. You've spent that week getting set up. You already have 3 hotels because you you know
He knows
you.
us.
Although Donald tends to stay not at the nicer places. That is now that you don't, now that your government credit card has been canceled, it's a little harder. So you can. How do you want to? Do you want to like catch them getting off the boat? What do you want to do?
I think he wants to wait at the hotel that he believes they're going to go to.
All right.
At the bar of that hotel.
At the bar of that hotel.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone not named Tom, make me a luck roll.
Oh, dice.
Oh my
In
god.
my mind, Amy's drinking Mountain Dew.
Ezra, I
Yeah?
rolled not 1.
Nice.
I wrote
Oh, wait,
all 4.
that's not that exciting for me.
It's a great for me.
I
I
was about
did.
to say, if we all know you rolled a 1, we're going gambling immediately.
Yep. Yep.
There are casinos. Did anybody fail the roll?
Oh, failed luck roll?
Yeah.
Surprise.
Joan, what about you?
Oh no, I got an 04. So
All right.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, well,
epic.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 01 was enough, but with an 01 and an 04, the very first hotel. So you guys are going upscale. Is that?
Yeah.
3
to up.
3 to 4 stars.
All right.
I'd say
So-
4 to 5.
No,
So
it's too easy to find us.
the first hotel, we'll call it the Hotel Imperial. Oh wait, no, they would not call it that in China. Let me.
I was
I'll get
about
one
to
of the
say.
hotels. That's a bad word in China right now. Let's say we'll call it the Grosvenor.
And which quarter is this in?
You are in the international quarter.
Makes sense. There's people there who speak the languages that we speak.
Yep.
Oh, so that is something else, Donald, that you have noticed, that outside of the international quarter, you do not see anyone that is not Chinese. It is very rare. It's different. Cairo, there were a ton of expats there. In Shanghai, there are not a lot of expats. In Cairo, the bosses were white and then everybody else was sort of multiracial. In Shanghai, the bosses are white, everybody else is Chinese. And you have had, you've come to grips with the fact that the language barrier is real. Outside of the international district, like not speaking Chinese is a real detriment. And so it has been recommended to you by people that you hire what is called a comprador, which is essentially a guide, like a local who can sort of lead you. And you haven't done that yet, but we'll you haven't found, there's no employment agency for those. So you guys go to the Grosvenor and then you head to the backup hotel. And the backup hotel is the Pearl, the Hotel Pearl.
Yeah.
And everybody makes spot hidden rolls.
See, this is why I found my character sheet.
Critical success.
Yeah, I was about to say I got 12.
So
Regular success.
Alexandra and Emma are both like, wouldn't it be funny if Donal was, wait a minute, and sitting in the bar, you both clearly see Donal.
What's he drinking?
He is nursing something brown, probably.
I will like reach over and put a hand on Emma's shoulder and be like, tell me I'm not going mad.
No, I mean, we did know that he has poor taste in liquor, but that's on him, not on me.
Just like, so does Donald see us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wow.
Pointed out to the rest of us.
I
Am
know,
just
like,
ignorantly carrying up luggage right
no,
now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
smack
Yeah.
Silvano in the shoulder and be like, hey. We
Oh,
have
thank God. Oh,
a friend.
What do you mean, thank God? Didn't you lose his
Someone is like
thing?
handing the rifle to him.
yeah. If I could take out the
It's not
rifle
a hotel
right now
bar.
and pass it off.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go into the bar and just like sit down next to him and be like, it's been a minute. How you been?
Feels like it's been a lot longer than that. I don't know. I haven't spoken to many people in quite some time. I think I've been in this town for, it's been almost a week. No, longer, much longer. Time's passing. It's good to see you. All of you.
It has been hell without you.
Oh, Silvana, that's right. Good to see you, fella.
Yeah, good to see you.
Is everybody? And a little Egyptian fella too. That's,
Joseph.
so the gun guy is here, huh?
He basically eats us out of house and home. So
He's sharp. He
yes, he's got wicked skills with the occult books.
Oh, okay, I suppose that's useful.
Has been.
When you say your thing about time is, that time that Yusef is like, oh, I know.
So this is the backup, I take it?
Yes.
Yes, we're in Hotel 2.
So where's the primary?
Grosvenor.
Great. I don't have any things, by the way.
I've got stuff to give you.
I came here with nothing. It's a long story. Maybe a few more drinks and I can.
How did you get here before we did?
Yes.
Well,
I'm gonna need a few more drinks to tell you that story. I think Emma's gonna need a few more drinks as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so your stuff is sent up to your rooms. You don't need to worry about that. And yeah, you can tell them as much or as little as you want of the happenings in Cairo.
I think he's going to pretty much spill his guts because he's had a lot of time to think about it, and it's been weighing on him. And I think he just really wants to kind of get it off his shoulders. So he's going to just go ahead and lay it all out, but maybe over dinner or drinks or, not just all at once.
Well, we gotta go pick you up some supplies now. You don't have anything, so don't get too drunk.
It's fine. The laundry service takes care of rewashing the same clothes I've been wearing for quite some time.
Donald's sitting in a hotel room in his underwear. Like
I just put a robe half the day and then I have them do my clothes after that.
Sounds like my normal quarantine life.
It'd be great if you were drinking in the bar in the bathrobe.
In the robe.
That's like
in your boxers.
Yeah,
Real life Emma's done that.
So, just to get to the eternal all-knowing elephant in the room, you tell them about the headdress of eyes deal.
Yeah, but let me see if I can, let me do it.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Phrase it right.
I look forward.
What do you tell us? So
no,
that we
you don't
know
want to do that. No,
Yeah.
This the headdress.
Wait, he's going to tell us.
So Emma, you're not wearing that headdress anymore.
Yeah, we broke up. It was mutual.
It was not.
So
It's Scott Pilgrim.
So Joan, you've got the headdress?
Yes.
After it passed through Silvano.
Mm-hmm.
So Silvano, you were wearing that for a time?
It was all right.
It's been a busy little thing.
Donal, remember that when you were part of this group, getting the headdress on Joan was like the thing everyone was trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So about that,
a lot's happened.
She was dying to put it into context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the staves are now. Yeah, the staves don't exist. They're in Joan now.
She was torn up by, you're not going to believe this, some sort of thing with an alligator head.
I've seen those before.
What?
Oddly enough, I've seen something just like that.
Wow. That was terrible. And yeah, the staves there, you can see the burn in.
That's amazing. That's amazing detail work. Excellent. What happened with Nitocris? Why did she come into being? I don't understand that part.
I wasn't there for that.
It also wasn't entirely my fault.
It really wasn't. It was kind of everyone's fault and not at the same time. Have you heard about the Dreamlands at all? Has that crossed your path yet?
Briefly, oddly enough, very briefly. There was a museum and bills and a collection of things that Joan had collected.
Yeah, you saw my collection.
You've been busy.
there's a lot to tell. I need to understand about Nitocris.
Well, I'm getting there. While we were in the Dreamlands, we ran across a multitude of Emmas, and one of them referred to herself as Emma Prime. Looked exactly like our Emma, but with black eyes. And
honestly, there can only be one. We're like Highlander. Somebody had to go.
Clearly. And somehow later, I think it was the next day, she was able to cross over into our world, and there was a little bit of a mistake.
Mistake.
Have you heard about the girdle yet? That's the other question. The girdle of Nitocris?
I've not heard of the girdle.
Oh, and have you heard about the sword we made for Emma?
The sword was amazing. I was, what was I again? I was like the...
You were the, what was it called? The sword of...
Sword of Emma.
Well, yeah, I was. I was the holder of the sword, keeper of the girdle, protector of all that was good.
There was a girdle that was being protected by a mosque in Cairo that if someone wore it and was sacrificed, it would bring Nitocris back. Mm-hmm. And people came to our hotel after we were in the Dreamlands, and Emma Prime had stepped over into our world, got a hold of the girdle, put it on, and then was immediately sacrificed. And then we stabbed the black part of it with the sword of Emma, and it got sucked into the sword. I think that's the gist of it.
Well, there's one more little part.
The sword got stabbed into someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blood sacrifice was completed, and then she emerged from the sword. We weren't there for that because we had made several mistakes.
Mm-hmm. We thought it was safe. We thought it was safe, but
I was given to believe that the group had somehow brought Nitocris back after making a deal with the Black Pharaoh.
No, not even close.
No,
It was a series of mistakes.
Yeah,
and idiocy. We have to be fair about this.
No.
I mean, swords are made to stab people. I mean, it was bound to happen.
Well, that sword was made. Never mind.
Yeah. That sword was made for a specific purpose, but we didn't
to stab the Black Pharaoh. And I mean, I'm sorry that it stabbed somebody else, but sometimes it's got to stab people.
I mean, the upshot of it all is that no deliberate deal was made, and there were a lot of mistakes made along the way, certainly, but it's nothing that was a deliberate choice.
And and Cairo and the world still exist. So win-win?
We thought that by leaving with the sword with the person who we thought was Professor Kafur, that he could put enough barriers and seal it away that Nitocris would not be able to get out.
Mm-hmm. But then we found out that the person was actually Omar al-Shakti, and well, that went well.
Yeah, he had the opposite intentions.
So, I think that's the brief.
I'm so confused.
You joined the club.
Yeah.
All I know, the Black Pharaoh met with me when I was. Well, I'll back up. I'm jumping ahead of the story.
Where did you take this meeting exactly?
So, Agent Rogers got the group of us together, myself and those other fellows from, where are they from? England and the United States. Doyleson was one of them. Alexandra, you remember Doyleson?
He roped Doyleson into it.
Doyleson was there. This nice hunter fellow, Thorncastle, very good with a rifle, and a couple other fellows from England. This group he brought together. The reason they were brought together was because Nitocris was resurrected. The impression we were told is that a lot of you had somehow brought her back to life. Perhaps that's incorrect.
Yes, but not intentionally.
Nitocris essentially was going to do some horrible ritual, which would rise all these awful creatures out, conquer Egypt, take it over, destroy all the current leadership, and take over the entire country herself. Horrible thing was going to happen. She herself was right scary sorceress. Conjure up dust storms, behead people with just a wave of her palm. She could cut anyone's head off at any range. Very deadly, very dangerous. So a lot of us, the 5 of us, were up against her. I think a couple of us had ideas about doing some sort of ritual with some powder. But what had happened along the way, Thorncastle and I were lost at sea in a plane crash. We were dragged out of the ocean or the sea by these large crocodile creatures like you probably have met before, and brought before the Black Pharaoh himself. And he proposed to us a bargain of some sort that we ultimately took the bargain.
And what was the bargain?
So Nitocris was defeated by the Black Pharaoh's hands. He took care of her himself. He
Interesting.
And killed her himself, took her heart out, and promised to us that she would not return.
Wow.
Egypt was saved. A fellow that our pilot was brought back to life, a small minor thing. I was sent to the lot of you because he was implying that a lot of you were in some sort of trouble. And what made it important to me, and perhaps you will disagree with my decision, but this is what I thought was most important, is he promised that he would tell me the rules of this game that we've been playing, or he's been playing, and we've been floundering about for months on end.
Which rules did he tell you? Because we know some of the rules.
We know a few of them.
He gave me one rule only as a teaser, but it was rather useful. That allegedly he has to answer truthfully. If we ask him questions, he must answer truthfully. That's what he indicated. One of the rules. He seems very happy about this particular rule, rather overconfident, thinking that it didn't matter what we did, didn't matter what we asked, what we knew. We couldn't stop him regardless. He told us many things, which if this rule is true, the information is true. Of course, members of the Carlisle expedition are alive in some form or another.
Members, plural?
All of them?
All of them is what he implied. He didn't say in what form, mind you. That fellow Brady is here. And the other piece, of course, is here, not with Brady. I think Brady knows where it is. There's pyramids. There's a pyramid in China. There's one in Australia, and also another one in Africa, 5 total. One we have sealed in Peru. There's also one in Cairo as well that I think your lot is aware of. 5 pyramids, 5 sleeping forms of the fellow whose name I won't speak of.
Yep.
And
5 things
all 4 can be dealt with in their pyramids locked away, and this cycle is over. But there's other rules to the game. He will reveal the rules to us if we return the headdress to him. It's an item of some importance to him.
I don't know about this, but you did reveal something very important before we talk about not giving him the headdress. There's more pyramids here, which means that we don't have to get the capstone and go back to Cairo. We could lock the Black Pharaoh in the pyramid that's here.
Oh,
we don't.
No. The Black Pharaoh is in Egypt. In here, there's a different one, a different form of the fellow's got 5 forms.
Just like we couldn't lock the we couldn't go back to Peru and lock the Black Pharaoh in that pyramid.
Right. That was the father of maggots aspect.
Yeah. Emma, you'll remember that long ago, when you first had your conversation with the Black Pharaoh in his chamber, you saw sort of the 5 vestiges, the bloated woman, the weird bat, the bat thing. And they were all distinct.
Okay.
There's 5 we have to deal with, not just this one fellow in Egypt. He's one of them.
So far, the others haven't, besides the Maggot King, so far the others haven't been resurrected, if you will, or bothered us. Like, we don't know where the bloated woman is, or the Batman, if you will.
They haven't.
The cult of the bloody tongue has been incredibly active.
Mm-hmm.
It might be that the Black Pharaoh is the more active of the aspects, or the one that is the closest to our version of reality, because the father of maggots was able to influence, but not directly, or at least not as easily, or contact as directly as the Black Pharaoh seems able to.
Yeah. But again, the Black Pharaoh, that's one of the rules. He can't directly influence us. He can't.
We know some of the rules.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know all the rules to the game.
We know more than we did.
My thinking is this: we can gather whatever items we can lose. These items we can do whatever items are items.
Did you ask him what he would gain if he got the headdress?
He implied that it didn't matter.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you ask for something, it matters.
I asked, is he talking to me at all?
Sure, yeah, I mean,
Are they?
Look, I broke up with her. It's not.
Pertinent information.
I let myself be removed from Emma.
I'm so glad I can't hear that.
Right.
No, he said he let himself be removed, but
Oh, well, that's because I asked him to leave because he was really getting on my nerves. I mean, it was just too much.
You
to
were
just listen to
unconscious.
blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, I was getting on her nerves.
All right, let's not.
Headdress. So the Black Pharaoh is asking for you. Do you know why?
I can see the future.
Okay, I know
He
that.
wants to see the future.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so Black Pharaoh wants to see the future. And he believes that
He can
this
already
guy
see the
can't.
future, or he claims he can see. He's omniscient or whatever. I don't think that's.
There's a difference between being omniscient and being able to see the future.
I don't know. I'll put it this way: you can believe that the jewelry knows more than the Black Pharaoh, or vice versa. I don't think the jewelry is more important or more powerful than this dark fellow. I'll also put it another way: if he wants it, he can have it.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that.
Because Julius and Octavian said.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Dreamlands.
Yeah, the emperors.
Maybe you've heard of them.
Old Roman emperors.
There's a very good chance Donal has not heard of them.
Did you meet the Roman emperors in the Dreamlands?
Go to school? Do you not know who Julius Caesar is?
Oh, I've heard of Julius Caesar. Sorry, Dan.
So his boss Octavian told me that he used the headdress. No, but in the Dreamlands.
I had a classical education, and I can tell you that's not accurate.
Caesar's
in the
boss.
Dreamlands, I asked to speak to Julius Caesar's manager, and Octavian showed up. So obviously, Octavian is the boss of the Dreamlands.
We're not talking about the historical. We're talking about the current setup they have.
We're talking about in Emma's weird, effed up world, Octavian is in charge of the Dreamlands. And Octavian said that he needed the headdress, or he used the headdress in order to send his legions to go defeat the Black Pharaoh, blah, 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 billions of years ago. I mean, hundreds of years ago.
The headdress has taught us some incredible things, and need to point out, brought Joan back from the brink of death.
And
I'm sorry. When I was here last, it was agreed upon that Joan was never to wear the headdress. I'm sorry, Joan. And now the headdress conveniently is on Joan's head. So I don't know.
It hasn't corrupted her.
Yeah,
she's
she's as stable as she was before.
That's not the compliment you've.
No.
I'm not saying that as a compliment. I'm trying to talk around.
Look, at the end of the day, there is already an enormous power imbalance between us and the Black Pharaoh. Giving something that is as powerful as the headdress to him, exponential. We might as well just go ahead and kill ourselves and get it over with.
I disagree.
It'll be cleaner.
Yep. No, this guy has knowledge, and got to figure out how to get it out the right way. But when we do,
ask John, are you seriously? Have you not? What have you been doing?
All right. So I've asked questions, and I get just do what I say. You're one of my minions.
No, rituals, spells. Ask about spells.
I have, and he says, first you wanted me to get the other book. Now I've got this book.
He's got a book, so
he's asked me to He asked us to come here.
I
And we
asked
did.
for Al-Azif, and you bring me a story about fish living in water.
Yeah, he is upset at that.
I can
we
teach
gave
you
him
a
the wrong
spell to
book.
breathe in water. Would you like to learn to breathe in water?
And now he's telling me I could learn how to breathe in water.
Okay,
Not
so you're going to
only-
learn that.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, it might come in handy.
All right.
We're in a port city.
We're making some
Before we
progress.
move
We're in a
on-
port city.
And
Before we
we are
move
making,
on-
yes, I like that
And
quote. We are
considering-
making some progress. Yeah.
Considering the last time the Crocodile Man pulled you under, not a bad spell to have.
Yep. Okay, so before we get to our next topic, 1,500 from the half goes to the DM because he is fair and just. Another 1,500 goes to the players.
Thank you, mate.
Oh,
Yep, and then the
somebody
Muffin
named
Mage.
Hefner, who I hear is an up and coming person. He subscribed. That's very exciting.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Crazy.
damn.
And then the Muffin Mage has also given 500 for Dolan is how it was spelled.
Like Dolan Law Firm or something?
Look, let's be clear that the management of Quest and Chaos has no place in criticizing anyone's spelling.
You're not wrong.
Fair
That's
enough.
the glassest of glass houses.
Fair enough.
I think I'm still listed as a rogue/bard just because it's too fun to change.
No, now you're a former singer.
Am I? Did it get changed?
I don't know.
Cool.
It
And
changes
Thomas is
with the
getting
whims of
closer to
Thomas.
spelling archaeologist, right?
I'm still not a druid.
Aw.
Don't be angry. It's
I
fine.
gotta learn
That's what
more
we should put on your
rituals.
thing. Still not a druid.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So did I manage to learn anything from Yosef during our classes during the last week?
Are you trying to learn? Yeah, you learn a ritual that can, in a very small space, freeze time.
Hey, that's progress.
Well, here's the important thing. The whole point of the exercise was to actually go through the process of teaching someone else a spell.
Yeah.
And a
that
big
has
part of
happened.
it was, yeah.
We've made a great
So
progress.
we can teach magic now. So we're one step closer to a legion of sorcerers, which I hear is how you defeat the Black Pharaoh.
Yes, according to Julius Caesar's boss.
Mhm.
Legion
The
is one
headdress,
person, right?
Joan, will say you will need a legion of sorcerers.
Yep, he agrees. A legion of sorcerers.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
you'll find
just a
them here in
legion?
Shanghai.
Ask.
Wait, say
what
that again.
spells-
Say that again. Silvio is jumping.
You can find them here in Shanghai.
We can find them here in Shanghai.
A legion?
Where? How?
What?
If only you have the time.
Mm.
We need
Joseph
time.
does have the time.
Oh, well, maybe, but it doesn't quite work like that. I'm kind of limited.
How do you know? Ask the headdress how it works. Donald, how do you, hang on. I'm going to be sarcastic for a second, but not sarcastic.
Just
How do
one
you find a
second.
legion- Yeah, just 1 second. How do you find a legion of sorcerers? How?
Practice.
Oh God, he's playing both of his characters at the same time. This is
Wait a minute.
schizophrenia territory.
Wait a minute. Which one said
pick-
that?
That was
This one.
Joseph.
It was Joseph.
Oh, Yosef? Yeah, I know Yosef knows how. That's fine.
You need to have the super upbeat and cheery voice in order to indicate that
Try
it's
it.
Joseph. There you go.
Like anime girl voice.
The guy
my
that doesn't have the
God.
Irish accent is Joseph.
The so Donal, you're not mentioning anything about the time frame of this deal then.
Oh, he hasn't mentioned it yet. No.
Okay.
Donald's kind of hoping that he can convince them because he's got some time to do so. So
Well,
No,
but also the headdress isn't going to leave Joan if the headdress doesn't want to leave Joan. I mean,
well, Donald has
there's that thing.
word
Come
of power
back to me.
given to him to allow him to take it, but all that set aside.
Joan, during dinner, make me a POW roll.
Oh.
Oh.
02.
So you are in complete control of your battery charging. Do you want to charge your batteries? Okay.
Mm.
As you draw power, so everyone is going to lose temporarily 4 magic points. You
Okay.
you probably don't need to mark it down because And as soon as you do that, the headdress says, "And that's what I needed." And all of a sudden, Joan starts like having like and you.
Oh, she's learning how to breathe underwater, everyone.
Wait.
And yes, Joan, you now know a ritual that will allow you to breathe underwater.
Sweet.
Oh, jeez.
See now, yeah. So yes, I did learn, Silvano. I learned how to breathe underwater.
You got a little from the seizure when you were eating.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyone else suddenly feel like they got kicked in the gut?
My soul's fine. I know I'm going to heaven.
Now that's your episode title.
No, that was awesome. That was awesome. No, this is good.
That's the kind of progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did she do that in the middle of the restaurant?
Yes. Yeah, the maitre d' comes over and is everything all right?
The chicken's fantastic.
It is now. I had a little, but I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Of course. He brings over another bottle of wine.
All right. Fuel.
So, yeah, you guys will catch up and you get filled in on you get filled in once again, I'm looking at the pictures like you're
stop doing that.
Tom, you get filled in on everything the Great Dane side he's done. You get filled in on most of Donald's stuff. He's gonna sort of some of it he's sliding out, like the time frame of the deal and that sort of thing. It's still not that late. It is, it's late afternoon. Oh no, you did this over dinner, so it's evening now.
We're gonna have to get you closed tomorrow.
So just to sort of bring everybody back very briefly, the two main clues that you have for Shanghai are the matchbook you found on Jackson Elias's body that was for the Stumbling Tiger bar, and then you have a picture of a yacht in Shanghai Harbor, and on the yacht you could see 3 letters of its name, DAR.
DAR, okay.
And we have like a picture of the Carla expedition, and we know what Brady looks like, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the next time the waiter comes by, I ask him, because again, I have the address, but I don't know where that is. Like, where is the Stumbling Tiger bar? Is that far from here? Is how I phrase it. Excuse me, sir. Is that far from here?
That it is. It is in the International Settlement, and it is on, I want to say Lantern Street, but let me just confirm that. It is not a terrible neighborhood, but not a great neighborhood.
Okay, so it's not it's a reputable establishment.
Yeah, it's mainly an international bar. Yes, it's
Thank you, sir.
Lantern Street.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And you'll the guy also brings it over, and he's like he brings over the newspaper, and he brings the English newspaper, and he's like, in case you're interested, it is the Shanghai Courier is the name of the newspaper.
So there's a couple things we want to do tomorrow, right? Top of the list, find that Legion of Sorcerers.
Yeah.
But then
I don't think we'll be able to accomplish that tomorrow.
Well, let's not.
Brady.
We can go.
Yes, where he is. I'm sure that thing.
We can go to the bar right now.
That works too. I like it.
So, but Joan, do you think you can get started on finding a Legion of Sorcerers? Also, we want to find a pyramid in China? Where are there pyramids in China?
Some sort of burial structure they use. Pyramid.
Joan, you can make an archaeology roll.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, I made it.
Did you get a hard success?
No, just made
All
it.
right. So with a regular success, you're fairly certain there are not pyramids in China.
I would have heard of them. If there were some pyramids in China.
So we're gonna have
Is
to go
there
to a
anything-
library, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that looks like a pyramid?
Well,
I mean, that's pretty probably, there's
You know,
probably
like-
some sort of zigguratty building somewhere.
Yeah, but
What
would
did
it be in
What did
this
ancient
section?
structures? Oh, sorry. I just want to know what do ancient structures look like here.
Most of them are wooden, kind of, that
Pagoda.
very sort of squat and with the ornamental roofs, that sort of thing.
It's
Like the
pagoda
Forbidden
kind of-
Palace, essentially, that you see in the, or big walls. There's
What else could I use?
So after dinner, we're going to a bar.
Of course.
Specific
we were gonna
bar.
go to yeah,
But not just
specifically.
a bar, though. I mean, obviously we'd go to a bar, but I mean, we want to go to this bar.
Stumbling tiger, hidden dragon.
One bar in particular. We didn't just wake up with a craving.
Mm.
the Joan, after dinner, the
Yes.
headdress will say to you, whenever you get me power, I can give you knowledge. But I can see the future. You should never be alone in this town.
Okay. That I'm not planning on being alone. I'm hanging with my buds here. So I'm not planning on being alone.
That is wise.
Good call. Good call. Hey, can
Okay.
I take I gotta ask them one more question. It's like, can I take power from people who are not my friends? Can I take, like, if I go to the bar?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay.
That was a very leading yes.
So we have 500 bits from Tamagotora for the Tiger Fund. I don't know what that means.
Cool.
drinks at
Um,
the bar.
and,
Bar.
and then
yes.
half is also kicked up in another 500.
Wow.
Dang, what are we up to, man?
Did
So
you?
I'm hearing-
The Muffin Mage also gave 1,000, but only if the players get a tiger.
Oh, that's why.
Ah.
well.
The freaking Tiger King has infected everything now.
I'm not seeing a zoo on the map. This is going to be tricky.
The Tiger King has a very different meaning in Call of Cthulhu.
I'm sure.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll kill us.
Is it like the King in Yellow?
That's right. So you guys are going to head to the Stumbling Tiger Bar. It is nighttime. Is in the international quarter. It feels safe-ish. There are policemen around, and they actually have a very public presence. There are there's a lot of nightlife, although not as much as in the French Quarter. In the French Quarter, all the things that are illegal here are legal, and so there's a little more craziness in the French Quarter.
So, Donald, what is illegal here exactly?
So in the
I
international,
will tell you. But yeah.
prostitution is illegal, gambling is illegal, and opium is illegal.
Okay, but not carrying guns openly.
Guns.
Guns are frowned upon, but not, like, don't carry the rifle around openly. But, if you have a subtle sidearm, most bars probably won't kick you out.
Speaking of,
If you want it, it's yours.
we totally give that rifle back to him if he wants it.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that rifle's yours.
He's
Yeah,
got
I thought that was the first
145
thing that
that he's
happened.
got right now, so the rifle he needs back. So
Yep.
thank you.
Gotta find a
You
new
see-
crowbar.
You see several extra notches in the.
No, you don't. You do not see a single notch.
So
We didn't do well.
Silvano will play it down, but he's
Put it-
gotten
put it
rather
to
good
use.
with that.
Good
I'm going
work.
to say good use,
Well,
bad use.
use.
This gun has one purpose. This is what
Yeah.
it says.
Yeah, hunting animals.
Not
That's what it says on the form.
of the two-legged variety anyway.
The most dangerous prey of all. So you make your way to 10 Lantern Street. It's not a great neighborhood. This like opening the door to the bar, this is the stereotypical, like the music stops and everyone in the bar like looks as the door opens. This is the, the sawdust on the floor to mop up the vomit and the spilled alcohol. The smell in this place, makes you all want to get a hepatitis test. It is a greasy, ugly, gross place that probably the same 8 people have been drinking in for 20 years, and there are a few people around, but there is the gentleman behind the bar is clearly multi-ethnic. He is some sort of Eurasian mix, and he is like everyone else in the bar, he like notices and sort of acknowledges you're coming in, and then before anybody else in the bar, he goes back to just minding his own business. A couple people in the bar are openly just like staring at you, and everybody make a spot hidden roll.
I was about to ask for that.
Hard.
All right, anybody
Regular.
that made it,
Yeah.
you all notice there's a Japanese man who is being a little too studious about not paying attention to you when everyone else is. And for several of you, that that immediately clicks that he's like studiously like, oh, look at down here. I am not looking at the new people who came
This
in.
is so interesting, whatever I'm looking at.
Right.
So is there a table near him that we could sit at?
Can we sit at his table?
I'm not buying him drinks.
No.
I
How do
mean,
you get someone to
sure.
talk?
Sure, there's
I'll buy him a
table-
drink.
There's
Okay.
a table near him. The bartender is clearly waiting for you to come order drinks.
I'll get
Should
some
we
drinks.
ask the?
I'll just find a table. I'll bring some drinks back.
Thank you.
Well,
Make sure it
do we
comes out of
wanna
a
ask-
bottle. It's got to come out of a bottle. I don't want it to come out of anything else but a bottle.
Bottle plus glasses.
Do
Uh,
you need a hand with that, Donal?
Should we ask the bartender
Certainly.
if
I
he's
was gonna-
seen?
I was gonna show him the. Should we show him that? Oh yeah, somebody told us about this place.
No.
Okay.
Why? No, we want to ask about Brady, right?
Joan, make me a luck roll.
Yes, I made it.
All right. Right before you left for this, the headdress goes, you should cover me up. And you put on a bandana.
Okay,
You don't need to put it.
but there.
But you have, the headdress is covered.
See, there you go.
So yeah, you come up and the bartender will introduce himself. He speaks pretty good English. I'm Fergus Chum. Everyone calls me McChum.
Evening, McChum. You need a bottle of a whiskey and vodka and some glasses, 6 glasses.
Of course. He pulls out 2 bottles and you pay for them, and he says as little as possible.
Good.
You can both make psychology rolls at the bar.
Why not?
I'm trying to figure out if it's stupid to ask him.
No.
Okay. The only thing that I'll give you is that he is saying as little as possible,
Okay.
like studiously.
Can I glance around and see if anyone is watching us at the bar or seems to be watching him in particular and how he's interacting with us?
That would describe almost everyone except the Japanese guy.
Fair.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we may
and
as well
I'm-
ask, right?
Let's bring it back to the table.
All right.
All right.
You sure? Okay.
Okay. 'cause-
All right. Vodka.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, is it whiskey? I hope the little fellow with the glasses likes the whiskey.
I don't know.
$5 says no.
Joseph, have you ever had whiskey?
Oh, no.
Oh, then start with vodka. If you'll have less of a hangover.
And whiskey's a bit of an acquired taste.
Oh yeah, I know whiskey's awesome.
But it is an acquired taste. It takes some getting used to.
Well, one finger. Let's do one finger.
Ooh.
2.
I'll say
One
which finger?
No, first
Give
time.
him the taster.
Yeah, it's a
Did
taster.
Yusuf just ask which finger?
Yeah, I pour him a finger.
Not good. Yeah, he'll,
That's what I was saying. What
he'll
finger?
drink it way too fast and it'll not.
Oh no, I tell him like just it because someone pointed out it's a flavor thing. You just put a little bit around. Drink
He
it,
will
just
spend the rest of the
sip it.
time coughing and like wondering why anyone would drink this.
I
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
Yeah, I am going to try to grab some more power from not my friends, but from other people in the bar. I want
Make
to
a
see how
power
it works.
roll.
Let's see how it works.
You.
Oh, it's a hard one.
All right. Everybody loses 4 magic points again, and you
Including
feel a
us?
rush of power coming into you.
We
Is this
You
the
all
same?
lose
This
four
is the
more
same
magic
day.
points.
Yes.
Do we
Is
feel this?
anybody at 0 magic points?
Not,
Not
yet,
yet.
but I'm 2
Not
away.
yet.
I'm very close.
What are you doing?
Do we feel this?
I am.
Yes.
Am I
Oh yeah.
am I drunker than usual?
Yeah.
No.
That's exactly the
Oh.
feeling. It feels like you just donated blood and had a beer or something.
This is fun. I'm a cheap date now.
No, Joan. No,
What? What?
you can't do that.
It's our magical energy.
Do you know what you're doing to us?
I.
Do you know what
whatever that
happens when
was.
you use the staffs too much on something?
I tried to get some from other people. I'm okay.
Well, you
I'll have to figure out how to do
failed.
that.
You
Okay.
No, you got
That's
some. You
power.
got some from other people as well.
Oh, all right, guys. I'm sorry.
That was a nice influx of energy. The staves are well charged.
Yeah,
But
and
I
all the
would-
rest of us are super pale and
I'm
just
charged
like,
now.
okay, that was
I'm
not
charged now.
fun.
I'm charged now, so I'm not gonna do any more.
Good. You're driving me home.
He doesn't have a
And-
car.
Let's see if anybody in the bar notices
Oh God.
Mhm.
the joys of alcohol. Yeah. So
That's why I tried it in the bar. Sorry.
You're
Didn't
not.
mean you.
my goodness.
No,
Didn't
you're
mean you.
not.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean you. I want.
Try doing it when we're not around.
I don't think.
Or
Oh no.
better yet, stop.
No, we need it, dude.
Yusef, make me a con roll.
We need it.
No.
God.
That's why I said one finger.
Did you
Did
just
you
fumble?
fumble?
Yes.
Ah!
You fumble his con roll.
All right. So Joan, as soon as you suck energy in, Yusef just goes boom, like face down on the table.
He must have had too much.
That little
go
fellow,
up
he
to the
barely
bar-
drank a finger. That's
bartender.
ridiculous.
He must have had too much.
Joan.
And ask
Okay.
if he has any
Finger.
smelling salt.
Oh, poor fella.
Does the barkeep have any?
He is so, like when you come up before you even say anything, he just goes, "We don't want any trouble."
No, smelling salts. Do you have anything to help my friend's first time drinking? Why? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Of course, I'm fine, but we just, people passing out here. But I mean, look, whatever you're gonna do with him is none of my business.
Oh no,
I-
he's a lightweight. He's just a lightweight. He's
Of course, sir.
Oof.
do you
Just
have any
whatever you're gonna
smelling
do,
salts?
don't do it here.
Anything to wake him up? Do you have any smelling salts?
No, we're not the sort of place where people pass out. Throw up a lot, don't pass out.
Yeah, well, we weren't expecting that. I actually do mean it. If do you have any? I'll go over and do first aid on Yosef.
All right.
He's gonna die.
So, not at all conspicuously, you wander over to Yusef and like pick his head up, and you're like checking his pulse and make a first aid roll.
That's not how you do it.
No, I'm trying to see if, like, it's the gentle smacks, the like,
Yeah,
what do
make
you
a
do
first
in this
aid roll. Let's
case?
see.
I'm rolling to see if I know what to do to try and get him. I'll move the glass away. He's not having any more.
That's your first aid. Move
Wow,
his glass
that was-
away.
That was almost really bad, but it wasn't really bad. Who wants to spend inspiration?
All right,
'Cause
so
it can't get worse than that.
Yes,
Well,
it can. You can
Yes, it
fumble.
can.
Yeah, and you could end
come
up.
on, Emma.
So
All
inspiration.
right.
Or somebody
All right,
else.
save
Go for it.
Yusef.
Inspired.
I'm not that bad, and I would like him to be conscious because this doesn't look. That's way less worse, but not a success.
All right, so
Way less worse.
you like pick up Yusef's head, and you're like, hey, Yusef, and his eyes are sort of like,
We're gonna go get biscuits. Biscuits, come on.
That's
Come
when
on.
you get worried when he doesn't respond to food.
Splash some
Just
water
let
in
him-
his face.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just let him sleep it off. You're not gonna wake him up. Just let him be.
Yeah.
Try and make him comfortable in the chair.
I could take
We
my
can-
jacket and put it under his head or something.
There you go.
Just lean him back so he doesn't like.
Vomit.
Now, if he
and
leaves it
vomit.
back, he might choke. So leave him
He
forward.
hasn't had that much. How much is
No.
left in the glass?
He hasn't. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
most
He's
of the
only
glass is left.
had
He drank like
a-
half of the finger.
He
and
had
just passed
a-
right out.
I'll pour his drink into mine, and I'll
There you go. Don't waste that.
no.
You're
I'm
now
just
all,
like staring daggers at Joan at the moment.
you're now all fairly sure that you're going to be followed wherever you go out of here by somebody.
Well, not only that, who's picking him up? I can't carry him around.
I can't carry him. I've got a straight.
I can help, but someone's gonna help me. Right?
I'll
Right.
help you with the little fellow. It's fine.
Yeah,
Little fella.
carrying people home is a Shanghai tradition.
See, we're just playing in tradition. Come
Sometimes
on.
you know them.
Well, let's give him a little bit of time too. He might try again in half an hour. Is that the standard?
Just let him sleep it off. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
All right.
So Jackson Elias came to this location. What do we think he did here?
Probably
I
talk
suspect
to
he
the
was looking.
bartender, or
Do you want to say that out
suspect he's
loud?
looking for Jack Brady, and I do
Yeah.
say that out loud. Does anybody?
I just rolled 100. So you say Jack Brady, and
Yeah.
the bartender drops a glass, and he's like, "Oh,
Cool.
I'm gonna like glance over, like, oh well,
oh,
bingo.
Who wants to speak to the bartender?
That's what happens.
Oh, there
when
we
you
go.
roll
there we go. Walk
100.
up, my wallet out.
Are we going nice or are we going bribery?
Bribery.
Bribery's nice.
Bribery is nice. What's
Don't
Somebody-
ask me that question.
somebody ask the bartender. He's not going to be very helpful here.
So what do you
Are
want
you
to do?
sure?
Catch him outside?
Outside.
Oh no, I can go up to him and have my wallet out and be like, we would love some help with our friend. Maybe you have a first aid kit or something back there and we could talk? And I'm like
Is there
thumbing
a-
through some, I'm pulling out a little bit of the money.
Is the rest of the bar watching still?
Oh
Of
yeah,
course
now
they're
that a
watching.
glass has been dropped and like some weird Arab guy has passed out and is like being slapped and like, buddy. Oh yeah,
Biscuit.
this is high theater.
this is dinner and a show.
Hi,
It's
theater.
low theater, but yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's not sure why they feel drunker than usual.
I say it's
Fair.
good luck.
That poor bartender.
alright,
though,
so
he
you
won't make,
go
he won't
up
make as many
to-
sales.
You go up to McChum
Yeah.
and he's like, yes, sir, can I help you?
Yeah, are you sure you don't have a first aid kit back there? And I'm sliding a little bit of money across the table. If maybe you could go back, maybe we could look really quick. Take out another, slide it across the table. I really want my friend to be safe. Could we talk really quickly? discreetly, I slide a little bit more money.
Let's
At
see
a
what we
certain
have in
point,
the
I'm going
back.
to ask for a drink.
Let's see what we have in the back.
Okay.
So he takes you, the supply room is super small. And he's like, don't ever say that name in this bar.
Wow.
Oh.
We're
Uh-oh.
yeah, I'm not saying his name again, but
Folks, bear with us. We seem to have lost Tiana. So I think this would be a good time to go to break as we deal with some technical issues.
Yeah.
Get her back.
So I think, is it hashtag chaos for one of the giveaways before the
Yep.
break? All right,
Hashtag chaos. Should we do the dice? Let's do the
let's
dice.
do the dice. So
Yep, let's do the dice.
hashtag chaos, get the
Whee!
dice. We're going to go to break. When we come back, Tiana will be with us. Archaeologist will still be misspelled. And
welcome back. We're going to break.
all right, we
Cool.
will go to break and we'll be back as soon as 6 people can use one internet connection.
Yep.
Welcome back. And as you can see, we're all back.
Thank God.
Thanks for dealing with our technical issues. And I want to give a shout out, as always, to Thomas for his behind the scenes work. To pull the curtains back a little bit. Every time somebody has an internet hiccup or we drop them, it, as you saw, resets the entire Twitch overlay. And Thomas then has to go in and fix that. And he does it really quickly and impressively. So thanks, Thomas, for all the production work you're doing. I really appreciate it. But more importantly, if you give the GM bits, you win dice. J Matthews 85, my second favorite Twitch user, is the proud owner. Now the question is, does he want Amy to touch those dice or not?
That's up to
Get
Jay
the bad
Matthews.
luck out.
Or infuse them with bad luck.
Yes.
No, it doesn't work like that. You use it all up.
Well,
with my dice.
Aiming.
Hopefully she transfers them into there. So when we went to break, you were just Silvano had been pulled into the back room of the Stumbling Tiger with Fergus McChum, and he had just said to you, don't ever say that name in my bar.
Why?
Because that name will get you killed.
Again, why? Extra why?
Because that name has made a lot of enemies in this town, and they're all looking for him.
Where could we find him?
I don't know. Last I heard, he was headed to Rangoon to buy some guns. Some guy, Charlie Gray. He was headed to some guy in Rangoon, Charlie Gray. He needed a lot of guns for some reason.
Because of all the people who were gonna kill him? Oh, anyhow, I guess thank you for the information. Yeah, we will. I will go tell my friends to never say that name again.
I mean, you live a lot longer when you don't do stuff like that.
Oh well, we're not too worried about. Anyhow,
And friend, just between you and me, everyone in this bar is somebody you should be worried about.
yeah, but you can include my friends in that too. So
Wonderful.
it's not necessarily intentional, but.
And at that point, he opens the door back onto the bar, and he's like, "And here's that first aid kit you wanted."
Thank you, sir. Did he actually hand me a first aid kit?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
run
like
over. Are there actually
3
smelling salts in this?
bandages, a bunch of gauze. What are you looking for?
Smelling salts.
Make a luck roll.
In a first aid kit, they don't have.
Let's just say this bar is not code
Did
compliant.
you fumble?
No,
No, he just.
but it's I made a good roll. That's why I'm pissed off. I rolled well, but my luck is not roll wellable.
Yeah. So could we put like a glass underneath his nose to wake him up?
It'd have to be
No,
something
the fumes of
really
the alcohol would just
pungent.
knock him out further.
Oh,
also,
yeah,
do not say that man's name again in here. Apparently, a lot of people want him dead.
Jackson? Or,
Yeah, the other.
No.
Oh, the other. Got it.
Yeah, the other one.
Because I mean, if people want Jackson dead, they're a little late.
Yeah, get in line. Like,
Yeah. There's.
Wait, do we want him dead as well?
Depends on what he has to tell us.
I mean, I think I've heard some pretty horrible things about. I don't know if I heard those horrible things. Never mind. I'm going to back away. I think other people have heard horrible things. Maybe they were mentioned on the boat, and I'll leave it at that.
what do you think you've heard about? said gentleman.
that the folks in the Carlisle expedition became less and less stable and humane during the digs in Egypt, right? I think I kind of like, because even I tried to not pay attention to that because my character wasn't there for a lot of that, so I could easily be getting all that wrong. But anyhow, so we might want him dead, but
Is he a potential ally or is he working against us?
all we know is that he should be able to get us to the other half of the Eye of Light and Darkness.
The
I
other
look
half.
around to see if anyone responds to that, because
Mm.
Make a
that would
spot hidden
be
roll.
Can we all look?
Do we all?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
No. Oh yeah,
Nothing
actually,
says
yeah, just a
subtlety
regular.
like an entire
Hard
table.
success.
How bad did you miss, Tom?
Let me see.
Did anybody get a hard success?
I missed
I did.
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think the Japanese guy might have like reacted a little bit to that?
Mm.
all right. It's time to, I wonder if he'll take offense because Yosef's glass is empty now. I'll pour him a drink. I'm gonna just slide on over
All right.
and not discreetly. So, have you ever heard of the Eye of Light and Darkness?
That's your lead.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there's no.
All right. All
So
right.
you perk up. Didn't know if you might be interested in archaeology. We got plenty of booze now that our friend is couldn't hold his.
He looks at you and he says,
It'd be funny if he didn't speak any English. But anyhow.
hello, I am Isoge Taro.
Hello, I'm Silvano. How do you, what was his name again really quick?
Isoge, Isoge, Taro, Taro.
Couldn't help but notice you perk up when I mentioned that. It's an incredibly fascinating piece.
There are so many things happening at that table that I could be reacting to. Is your friend all right?
True. I mean, relatively, he'll be fine if that's what you're asking. This is his first time drinking.
Why did you bring him here?
We got bad advice for bars to go out, but by the time we came in and smelled the place, we're already here.
I see. It's an acquired taste. The drinks are cheap. And you'll forgive my impertinence, but you are not from Shanghai.
No, I'm not. I'm from New York.
Visiting?
Yes, I am.
And what is this Eye of Light and Darkness you were
Well, you're
yelling
not going to
about?
believe this. But apparently 5,000 odd years ago, according to the legends, some sort of being was sealed away in one of the pyramids in Egypt. I'm watching him like a hawk.
He is
And
like
I pour
laughing.
that drink and
Yeah, no, he's like, I'm going to need this. And he smiles.
Why aren't you?
Continue your fable.
so the Eye of Light and Darkness supposedly, according to this legend, sealed him away. And then in recent times, it was split into two, and this being got out and wishes very unpleasant things upon this world.
And is this being in Shanghai?
Yes and no.
Well, that clears that up, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
And is this, you say this being has caused, could this being be some sort of weapon?
Not directly, but there aren't clear. The legend's fuzzy.
Legend often is.
Mm.
How can I help you, friend Silvano?
I was just curious if you might have heard anything about this Eye of Light and Darkness.
No, I'm just a simple laborer.
Hmm. What about... So, I had heard that there might be pyramids in China,
Who cares?
but... No?
Who
You're not
cares?
interested in that sort of...
No.
I thought you might have an interest in archaeology.
No. Old things don't interest me. The future is what interests me.
Oh, go on. Like what sorts of like technological breakthroughs, medicine?
Politics.
You see an instant glaze.
Uh,
I'm just
Donal and Alexandra, both of you can make me spot hidden rolls.
On it.
04.
Oh yeah,
All right.
critical success on my end too.
So you have both seen this before. There is a performative aspect to, and like as soon as Silvano came over to the table, he was much less drunk than he was, 10 minutes ago. And so, you both have seen this before and you recognize it right away.
Mm-hmm.
My interests are in politics, but around here, and he looks around the bar, talking about politics can get one in trouble. Around here.
Well, we're waiting for our friend to come to. Once that happens, be up for a walk.
I
mean, I just arrived, so I'd love to know more about...
It is not my habit to walk the streets of Shanghai with 6 strangers at midnight.
Huh.
Or really,
Fair enough. Or you're gonna have to get home somehow. Please tell me you don't live here.
No.
Okay.
I don't live far from here. If you remain interested in politics, you can often find me here.
Okay, we might come by again. But I poke Yosef. Is he responding at all? I lean over on the
when you lean over like that, Taro will say like, please go back to your table. I don't wish to get involved in all of the attention that you are bringing.
My apologies.
Of course. And then he says like a little too loudly, he'll say something like, no, Gaijin, I have no help for you. And he'll go back to his drink.
I'm gonna glance over at Donal and say, "Oh, same play, different showing."
I have a sense in this town, it's rife, bubbling with revolution. There's a chance that there are these fellows here have meet in this location for reasons that they don't want us to be aware of.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting, but also not our problem. I mean,
Maybe not our problem, but maybe encouraged
Useful?
by useful or encouraged on by the local aspect of our friend.
so Silvano, how would we create a political party, make a legion, make them into a legion of magicians? I'm just spitballing here. What are you thinking?
We should probably leave before we have any further conversations of this ilk. I suspect we're already going to be followed. I prefer to be just followed and not knifed in a alley.
First hotel or second hotel?
We have
Just
access to resources. A political party. We could start a cult. We definitely have the funds to do that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Let's go to the primary.
I can't wait to see the receipt you send to Carlton Ramsey for starting a
And it just says the number 4 CULT.
$1.2 million.
Well, my accounting I will make it happen. I'll finagle that money somehow.
Let's go to the primary hotel first. I'd like to wear out our welcome there before we move on to the secondary.
But
Sounds right.
We have all of China to wear out our welcome on. So
All right.
Yep.
You are all acutely aware
Do it all
that you might be followed, so I'm going to give you an advantage die on this spot hidden roll.
So I am super drunk, and anybody that, oh Jesus, well, I mean, I make it, but it's also like an 87, and my spot hidden's an 87.
Oh wow!
So there's that. But
Yeah, I
anybody
got a
that
critical success.
I got hard.
anybody that I see who is spot hiddening me, I'm gonna be like, hey, I see you. I see you. You're the coolest.
All right.
Hey,
So, Silvano, you got a critical success,
Yes.
and somebody else got a hard,
Julie.
and Julie and Joan got a hard.
I rolled 11 as well. So
All right. So, the three of you are not so much aware that someone is. Yeah. So you two, Joan and Donal, are aware that someone is following you, and you're before you can point him out, Silvano, you see the guy who's following that guy kill that guy.
Jeez.
He just runs up behind him, takes some sort of sickly looking knife and just slashes it across his throat, and with his hand over his mouth, and that guy drops.
Oh, that has cult written right all over it. That's how cultists kill each other.
I'm sorry, what? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you don't slit someone's throat with a knife like that unless you're in a cult.
Why are we talking about
The guy
what?
back there. Were you guys
Yeah?
not paying attention? Do you know where
No.
we are?
No, I'm in
Oh,
Shanghai.
Okay.
I've been drinking. Fun times. Me and Yosef.
You've been
Fun
Shanghai.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, who's carrying?
That guy
Who
back there
are
isn't
the two
dancing
people that are
anymore.
carrying Yusef? by the
I
way?
am
Not
not in on that.
Right, Donal.
Wait for that shit.
Yeah, you two are. Yusef is between you, and every once in a while he's like, "Time is a mutable concept."
Oh God, this kid
Immutable? Immutable can't be changed. It's a fixed concept. Wait,
is a mutable.
what does that mean?
I love the fact that we're
Mutable?
both drunk and he's still smarter than me.
So, on the plus side, there's one less person following you. But on the downside, there are multiple people following you.
Yeah.
I really want
Yeah.
that.
So you make it back to the hotel, and unless anybody wants to do anything, you will have a good night's sleep.
No, I just want to talk to the guys. If they're outside, like following us, I'll be like, hey,
All right.
how are you?
Some of them are cultists.
So yeah,
Oh,
you
if Emma's
Very
doing
close
that,
to Emma.
So, is someone going to point out to Emma the people following?
Well, I mean, I passed my spot hidden, so the worst hider, if you will, or whatever they'd be calling the worst sneaker.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I'm going to talk to.
Yeah, you go up to a guy who has been following you for some ways. He's dressed in like silk robes, and he definitely has like a machete of some sort.
Okay.
And you walk up to him, and he's just like looking at you.
Hey, those are some pretty pajamas you've got. Where did you get those? I would really love some pajamas like that.
For the record, I am right next to her because I'm not letting her do this alone, but I also know I can't stop her.
All right. He says something in rapid fire Chinese, you would guess.
I totally get that. I completely understand. I know. I hear you. So you're around here from here. You're from here, right?
He's like starting to back away.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you stop him.
No, I'd be like, do you want a drink? Because you can have a drink.
You pull out your flask. Yeah, he'll take a sip.
Okay.
He takes your flask. He takes a sip. He hands it back.
So is there anything noticeable about like his knife, anything on him? Like when he does that movement, does he?
It doesn't seem like his machete seems like just a very serviceable machete. There's no like cult marking on it or anything. He's got a bunch of tattoos. There are Chinese characters on both his hands.
Okay. I'm a super drunk. Never mind. Those are super cool. I mean, that's really that's pretty. And like point to his tattoos.
Emma's extra dangerous when she's drunk. I forgot about that.
I forgot. How am I extra dangerous? I'm just generally a disaster.
No, you're fighting. If you get your hands on that, if you go in and grapple and grab that thing, you've got drunken sword fighting, right?
Oh, yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Does drunk Emma remember about her drunken sword fighting? Oh my God. Let me tell you about the fact that I had a sword. Your sword is definitely smaller than my sword. My sword was amazing. My sword was the best. It had like a little symbol on it. It was so cute, and I could like pull it.
I'm gonna
just
gonna put a hand on Emma's shoulder and be like, "We should go inside."
Yeah, this guy is just bemusedly wondering what the hell is going on.
That's us for the majority of this game.
Okay, bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Is like I'm getting carted away.
Run.
Will you be here tomorrow? I'll be here tomorrow.
We're going to the other hotel tomorrow. We've used up the backup hotel already. We've announced to the worst people in the city where we are. It's time to...
So Emma has enough wherewithal that she will show you guys, where that guy was. And you look out and there's still there's definitely a figure still there.
And for the best of my ability, and tomorrow it can be whatever you guys want it to be, but I'm going to try and draw out what those tattoos look like.
Outstanding. So
I was actually going to say something similar, that I wanted to have a good look at them to see if I could remember approximately what they looked like.
All right, I will give you each an intelligence roll.
Cool.
You're gonna need a hard success to get close.
Unless there's a 2 in my future, this ain't gonna happen. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so close. That would be 100. No.
Oh, 100.
I got a hard success.
Oh, all right.
I don't know if that helps.
All right, so Alexandra starts to draw what she thinks he is, and Emma's like, no. I remember exactly what, and she starts like drawing over you and scribbling and all this stuff.
And it turns out to be like a cartoon of something.
She's
That
like
is
stick
a bird.
figures.
That is a shockingly well drawn cartoon dog, but I think that his symbols were Chinese characters.
And unfortunately, Emma's drunken scribbling takes over any of what you might have remembered of that. And, you have Emma has drawn really good hands, which are really the hardest thing to draw. So that's
They're so
impressive.
hard.
Emma draws the hands really well, and then there are like smiley faces
Of
and
course
like
there are.
scribbles on each of the knuckles.
You
And
do
this
the
hand,
turkey.
this
You turn
hand
the hand
spells
into the
Emma.
turkey.
She's like, I'm pretty sure it said Emma on there.
And then
And-
someplace on there I write Emma Prime's such a bitch. Like
Emma, how about you get some sleep?
Okay.
I think that the whole situation, and I glance over at Joan, has gotten you a little bit more than the rest of us.
okie dokie. I want those pajamas.
They look very silky.
Sylvia,
There.
can you take the little fellow up to bed, please?
Yep.
Alexandra, maybe we should keep an eye on who comes after us to investigate this hotel.
I was going to say the same thing.
All right, Silvano, you take Yusef up to his room, and you're like, Yusef, your key, Yusef, and Yusef opens. Are you gonna go in with him?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a man you recognize in a wheelchair. Dr. Kafur is sitting in Yusef's room because he doesn't really have a choice. Make a spot hidden roll, Silvano.
Did Donal mention that?
Nope.
Spot hidden. Hold on. Is that a critical success? Yes.
All right, with a critical success, there's not something weird about his neck. His neck has like Frankenstein stitching all around it.
Oh, come on. Doyle's and Stone is way better than that.
His neck has been so, like, it looks like his head was, as ridiculous as this sounds, it looks like his head was reattached to his body.
I do recall something about Nitocris waving her hand.
Yep.
And heads coming off.
So you come in and Kafur, with a wild-eyed glint in his eye, says, Yusef, you have to come with me.
Oh, he's drunk.
What have you done to Yusef? You stole my book.
Start backing out of the room with Yusef.
No. Yusef is coming with me. He needs to come back to Cairo and help me. I saw his notes on Al-Azif. These are revelatory.
Well, he needs to sleep this off.
He can sleep in Cairo. All right, here's what needs to happen. You need to put Yusef on my chair and then push us both through the door that I will create.
Okay. Well, wait. Can I just carry him through?
You know, I've never tried returning back through the door before. You might be trapped in Cairo for a little bit. But maybe not.
He'll make you make a luck roll. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try and see if I can get this chair to seat 2.
Just, I can't feel anything. It won't matter.
No, I don't want him to fall off halfway through whatever you're doing.
Well, you can.
And how are you going to put him down? He's just going to. No, this doesn't. No.
Omar, the night security guard at the museum will help me.
Okay.
But Yusef needs to be my hands. Rituals require hands. Yusef understands.
I didn't have to use my hands for the other son, did I?
Well, I mean, it was mostly chanting for you.
It was mostly chanting. He's being hyperbolic.
A lot of holding staves, a lot of.
I'll play along. I know better, though.
And the funny thing is, as soon as he said that, he speaks 3 words that kind of immediately slip out of your mind, and a door appears.
You have to teach me that.
Come to Cairo.
Oh, I need to leave a note. Will you really? How long does it take?
It took me years to learn this.
Son of a...
I will teach Yusef,
Okay, yeah.
but he must teach me. I've read Al-Azif multiple times, and he has apparently gained so much more than I have just from, I mean,
He's a savant.
did he read it more than one time and survive?
It did try to latch itself onto his face.
It never did that to me.
Well, it wasn't pleasant. He took it all in good stride, though.
All right, it's time to go. Put him on here.
All right.
Now, you have to push me through. But I would suggest don't let your arms go through the door. Unless you're all coming through.
I'm going to go back, and I'm going to try and get a little bit of speed going, and then stop and hope that it carries all the way through.
You hear him go, what? No! Ah!
I'm gonna get an emergency stick in case they get stuck partway through to finish knocking them. If it doesn't, if that doesn't do
break.
No, to beat someone with.
Stick. Emergency stick.
He's like, I can't use my arms.
There's got to be like a little stool I can use to push him the rest of the way so my fingers don't get lost, right?
Sure.
He's terrifying me.
So Yusef and Kafur, much like my hand, disappear into the door, and the door closes after them. And I just want to take a second to thank Apanathrop for gifting 10 subscriptions.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Then
That was
Jay
awesome.
Matthews apparently felt upstaged. And so let's see. It goes the Baroness, then Jay Matthews, and then Apanathrop. Those are my top 3 Twitch users right now.
So even though Jay Matthews gave 5 subs, he's I suppose that. No, but he's still number 2.
Oh yeah, come on.
Okay.
It's a.
All right.
I believe in long-term relationships, Amy.
And I mean, he's a fellow keeper, so.
Yeah.
So thank you both so much for the subscriptions and for keeping our community rolling. It's awesome. So yeah, Yusef disappears through the door, and the door disappears. And it's the next morning.
Sorry, I just yelled because I saw chat. Now Hef had to one up with 11 subs because 10, because 11's one higher, but it's
it
one
never
louder.
fails. It never fails with these guys.
Gosh.
Awesome.
You know, the Hef is high up on my list of favorite Twitch users as well.
Ooh. We really need to get you like a top 5 or a top 10. Top 3
that'll be my background next week. Just my
your running tally.
Nice.
Yeah, that you can just type in and change as
that's
your
right.
mood as your mood moves.
The Baroness is always number 1.
I mean,
that is without question. Write that in ink. That's all.
Tattoo it.
You got to
Tattoo
get
it
the
on giant
leaderboard
pajamas.
set up behind you.
Yeah, that's right. But so yeah, Hefner, Apanathrop, Jay Matthews, thank you all so much. That was awesome. You got the party through the night. That's how it was your subscriptions that kept them from dying. And from Emma's drunken telling a criminal gang where you all are.
In fact, for that many subscriptions, do I A, not have a hangover, and B, have pajamas?
Sure.
Sweet.
Sure. You have lovely
They give
silk
you a
pajamas.
bathrobe.
And weirdly, Emma does not wake up with a hangover. All the rest of you that had that Joan impacted, make me a con roll.
Oh no.
You should also do.
Yeah, that's right.
Joan.
Do you want to do that? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it now. It's 8:12. Let's do it.
All right. So hashtag chaos right now, and you can either win a Call of Cthulhu starter set or a Gale Force 9 deck of your choice.
Yeah.
So chaos in there.
Yay. Donal and I did want to keep watch during the night.
All right, and you will have a penalty die on this con roll.
I already
And I wanted to do my rounds and let everyone know that Professor Kafur took Yosef back to Cairo to help
What?
him.
Yay.
Who's Professor Kafour?
You
He's
met him.
Yeah, just remember his name though.
Oh, I see. All right, yeah.
Yeah, he's a professor that we met. I mean, professor, obviously. He gave us a lot of information about the Black Pharaoh. He lent us, to a certain extent, unwillingly, the Necronomicon.
Why is he here? He's here in Shanghai?
He left.
Just like that. Oh,
We didn't see him leave.
that door thing.
Yeah, doors. He can make doors.
He makes doors and steps through them, and he is very suddenly places that he couldn't otherwise get to. He showed up on. He showed up on the boat, right?
Showed up on the boat before, yeah.
Yeah.
Doors. Remember doors.
Donal, you of all people should
Yeah.
not be too surprised that there are magical ways to do this.
No. It's amazing. So he took the little fellow, the little drunk fellow.
Everybody, quiet! You're too loud.
Oh, that's why Emma doesn't have a hangover. She's still drunk.
That's it.
Hair of the dog. Does that give us advantage?
Yes, on all my sword fighting skills, absolutely.
I did
I
fail
get into a
that
street
con
fight.
roll.
All right. So if you have a con roll, if you fail the con roll, you are hating it this morning.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm
I just
fine.
like coffee.
And
Irish
and
coffee.
you're not, both of you are, you've had some practice in the drinking area. And so does not feel, you wouldn't think that what the drinks you had at that bar would have caused you a hangover.
We didn't drink that much.
I barely drank anything at all. I don't have much of a stomach for it these days.
That's
Are we
because
meeting
you
for
need to drink-
breakfast?
Yeah, I was like, you need to
Do
drink
we-
a glass of water before you go to bed.
Emma,
Everyone knows that. Yeah.
I am confident that this has nothing to do with the alcohol.
I know, wasn't it awesome? Because usually I can drink so much more than this. And this was amazing because I had to drink like practically nothing in order to get drunk. I mean, I
Yes.
call this an evening to remember
Yes,
or sort of forget and kind of remember.
we had almost.
Oh,
nothing
that's
to-
the episode title.
Yes.
An evening to sort of forget and then
Forget,
remember.
But kind of remember.
Kind of remember.
Yes.
So can I, for breakfast, try and find us somewhere that isn't terribly populated?
Let's eat here.
Well, I mean, are you eating at the hotel or?
Yeah.
Let's eat here.
Can we meet up in our rooms and eat in our rooms?
Sure.
Room
I
service.
want to talk about Bradley without getting a bunch of people following us to kill us. Or him. Lots of people want him dead.
Yeah. Oh, did Donal and I see anything last night while we were keeping watch?
Nope.
Cool.
I mean, that guy was still, there was some figure out there in the, being watched area. In the morning, you don't see anyone there.
Oh, but we were followed by cultists.
Oh no. I mean,
You mean men in pajamas? Let's be serious.
Over room service, we can all discuss stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ezra, did we get our magic points back this morning?
Yes, after a night's rest, you do.
Okay.
Great. I still feel like dog shit.
I remember back in England, Gavigan spoke our names to some sort of magical, whatever it was, the mist or something, to tell them to look for us.
And what
Mhm.
language
Just
did
our
he speak?
names, but perhaps that's enough to.
What language did he speak?
I believe he was speaking languages we didn't recognize.
He was
Might have
speaking
been Chinese.
Chinese at one point when you
Chinese.
first came on to him.
Mhm. Wherever we go, they're going to be looking for us.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, of course.
but we're gonna have to change our. We were followed to this hotel, so now they know this hotel. We have to discreetly leave this hotel. Anyhow, Bradley
Brady.
went to
Brady.
Brady.
Ragoon. Brady.
Where
Do we
is
have to
Brady?
leave this hotel? I mean, we haven't done anything really major dramatic to leave this hotel yet. Like we haven't burned it down.
And they brought you pajamas.
Yeah. So there's that.
We can rotate.
Well, the thing is
That
that,
might throw them off.
even so they know where we are, they might know where we are no matter where we go. So
Let's keep
now,
it safe for now.
Yeah,
No.
but let's not have our throat slit in our sleep. That's all I'm asking.
no, we're gonna have
Which
to.
is fine, but it might be, like Joan was saying, it might be beneficial that they know, and again, this is just Emma talk, that they know that we know that they know
Yes.
where we are. So
Yes.
therefore, we're safe because they know that we know.
Yep.
Never mind.
See, she could say it. She could say it.
But
That
we'd be
actually
safer
made
if
sense.
what they
I
knew
know.
was wrong.
I don't know how it, but it made sense.
The next time we do a Q&A episode, it's going to be called This Is Just Emma Talk.
AKA nonsense.
Oh, I could do that.
Where is Rangoon? What does that mean to anyone?
Not on Emma's level, you can't.
Rangoon? Rangoon is a kind of food, but other than that, I
Rangoon?
Is it?
Rangon?
That sounds good. What is it?
I don't
Kind
know.
of crab.
You can make
the crab Rangoon.
you can make
Yeah.
somebody can make an intelligence roll.
Not it.
Give it a shot.
I can do that. I can do
I
that.
can roll it. Oh my
that?
goodness.
I
Hey.
made a hard one. No, but not
Regular.
Rangoon is the capital of Burma, what we would
Oh my
today call
goodness.
Myanmar.
ah.
Interesting.
I wonder where the
Yeah, I
food
made
came from.
my. Oh, someone else made it?
Yeah.
Most people
Okay,
made it.
good.
Oh, I
It's
made
the
a hard
capital of-
success.
It's the capital of Burma.
All right.
Burma.
How far
Burma.
is that from here?
Burma is a ways
Where's-
away and very south. It is back towards India.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's toward that way. Yeah.
So, do we want to deal with the bloated woman first? Go to a library and look up pyramids in China?
So the Duchess will not be happy with you.
Well, someone ought to do the library research thing to say we can.
Yeah. No, I would be totally up for going to the library and seeing if we can find out where the pyramids are.
Oh no, your job is to find that legion of sorcerers.
We could do both at the same time. Come on,
Is that what
library.
the headdress said? What's the headdress telling you?
Oh, now we're
Address,
taking
tell her
direction
she
from the
can-
headdress.
You can do both at the same.
If you find Brady, you'll find the sorcerers.
They're saying if we find Brady, we can find the sorcerer. So finding Brady seems to be our first thing.
We'll also find a lot of guns, apparently.
Well, good. You can use guns.
Armed
So-
sorcerers are better sorcerers.
All right.
Yep. Being armed is better.
So I'm going to look back on the scattered notes that I take, and I don't really take great notes. Where did we think Brady was specifically in Shanghai?
You
Do I
really
have
had
any-
no. The only thing you had to go on was that bar.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
boat, he probably left on that boat to the one with the name that was partially covered up. If we could do some sort of
Dar.
Let's go
look
to the harbor.
into, like-
Yeah.
Boats.
Because going to Burma's, I don't know. I mean,
That's a long way for not very sure at all. And
Yeah.
I can't imagine there are many people who speak English there.
No, we need to find them.
well, so if boats are coming and going and they're being kept track of, and there's a way to look that stuff up, I'd rather go to the library and look up pyramids. Sorry,
Okay.
that's the end of that thought. If anyone else can complete that thought on their own,
no, but we could go to, well, and this is where I would ask Joan. So Joan, how would you go about, like, you've been to Shanghai. I mean, do they keep records? Like, who's the person or entity or government agency? I mean, from what I understand, and I know very little about China, but I understand that they are somewhat of a, just from looking at Confucius, that they write things down. They write a lot of stuff down. As Emma's grasping for, like,
Yes, yes. So, and I'm trying to figure out how much I would know. I know how to get things in and out, but that means avoiding getting things written
You
down.
know that it's riddled with corruption.
So, but who actually keeps track of that legally, and then who would we talk to who would keep track of that illegally?
Right. If you know the ways in and out illegally, that means that you know the ways around the legal system, right?
But-
so Joan, from your experience, what you just bribe people and they
Yeah.
don't write stuff down.
No. Yeah, that's basically it. I was going to say is
Okay.
I don't know who actually keeps, because I go, here's some money. And they go, all right, come on our ship.
but
But you've
Brady
paid somebody,
might
so
not
you know
have that
somebody.
much money.
Yeah.
He might not have had that option. And if he's leaving, it's not, how big of a deal is it going to be for him to announce that he's leaving?
Well, why don't we try to buy a ticket and see how that works? And then we could figure out who keeps track of it. We try to do it legally.
Where are you buying a ticket to?
I don't think it
Burma.
matters.
Burma.
Oh,
Burma.
okay, sure.
Yep. And we're looking, so once we buy the ticket, we would then ask that person, how would we figure out a boat that starts with the letters D? And I'm assuming it starts with the letters DAR. It was the first three letters.
It looks like, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you would talk to the Harbormaster.
All right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Navy or not, but
I'm definitely going to the library.
A few of us can go to the harbor, a few can go to the library. We can look at both tracks at the same time.
Split the party.
Oh no.
You only need 5 people looking at the Harbormaster or the library.
Don't be followed by cultists.
Oh,
So also, Silvano, can I remind you that how many days ago you said, no one who wants a quiet life works in a library. Just gonna drop that, walk away.
And then roll credits.
Yeah.
It's almost
Following,
like it's
I'm
almost
following
like
you lunatics. Yeah.
I mean, clearly you don't care that much about a quiet life.
All right, so
Hold on. Silvano never said that.
Yeah, it's true. that was Flint, I think, who said that.
lawyer.
I'm sorry. I get the mustache confused.
So sure, who is going to the Harbormaster and who is going to the library?
Harbor.
Yeah, I'll go with him to the harbor.
All right.
Library.
Anybody else going to the harbor, or are you guys all going to the library?
I wanted to go to the library.
Well, Joan, should we trade? I mean, I do have the ability to use library skills if you are more familiar with the harbor. So just tell me what I should look up and I can do that for you.
Pyramids. We're trying to find. We're trying to find out.
I do not want to. I don't want the Harbormaster or anybody to know who I am.
Okay.
So I was.
The Apollyon is getting into the conditional inspiration game, and I love it. So 500 inspiration to the players if they push their luck on the next failed roll. Otherwise, it's coming to me.
Just give it to Ezra.
I was about to say I'm going to put it in the Ezra column now.
Well, let's wait to see what our next failed roll is.
Sure.
All right.
You can't push a critical fail, can you?
All right. So Harbormaster. So you, Donal and Alexandra are going to the Harbormaster. Is that right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So the Harbormaster is an English official. It's run by the British. Yes. Hello. How can I help you?
The Irishman doesn't want to say anything in front of an Englishman.
I take your uncomfortable pause to mean it that you're here for some sort of unsavory sort of reason.
No.
No, of course not. We actually had a question about a ship that we've heard about, and we wanted to get some more information about.
Why, yes, that doesn't sound unsavory at all. How can I possibly help you?
Do we have the photograph?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to pull out the photograph and show it to him. We don't know the name, the rest of the name.
And I'm certain there's absolutely no unsavory reason why you wish to know the name of a boat that you have only a picture of and a partial name.
Not
A friend of ours took this photograph. It was the boat belonged to a friend of his. We're trying to find that fellow. He's a friend of a friend we're trying to locate.
Of course. Well, that sounds like it's going to take about $500 for me to forget that you were ever here.
Why would we want you to forget that we were here?
We're just asking a boat name.
I'm going to tell you the name of the boat, and then I'm going to forget that you were here. Have you never bribed anyone before?
I prefer not to.
Seems a bit unsavory, fellow.
I mean, do you want to know the name of the boat or not?
Yes, because it has something to do with a friend of ours who was murdered.
I don't care. I
Clearly.
don't see $500 on my desk, though.
I don't have that kind of money.
Huh. I seem to have forgotten the name of every boat in the harbor.
Well, that makes you a pretty shitty harborman, then, doesn't it? Good day. I'm gonna turn and walk out, all English aplomb and fury.
All right. He looks at you. He's like, I think you're supposed to follow her.
Yeah, he just shakes his head, follows her, walks out with Alexandria.
Ugh. Bribery, the lowest form of commerce.
Do we want to obtain some funds from Sylvia or whatever it is, the dollars they're using here?
Dollars, apparently. The whining.
So actually, you would know, and this is actually a really cool, weird historical thing. Mainly, the main currency in Shanghai is Mexican gold, is silver dollars.
Interesting.
Because
Why?
they were like pure, and they could be, people knew, okay, this is actually silver. And so they were worth whatever they were worth. Paper is worth a varying amount all over here, everywhere here. But hard silver is worth hard silver.
Yeah, makes sense.
So while you're doing that, it looks like King Shikamaru won the giveaway.
Congratulations!
And the awesome part about that is that it looks like King Shikamaru has also chosen the Cthulhu starter set. So
as he should.
Neat.
Good on you. Good on you.
Not that we were going to judge.
Bring more
if he
people into
didn't,
the
but-
insanity.
Yeah, we're not judging.
Anybody that gets the starter kit right now, Chaosium is having a really, I believe that Alone Against the Flames, their excellent solo module, is actually free right now.
Oh,
The PDF of Alone
Hang on,
Against
let me
the
Google
Flames.
that.
It's outstanding. It's almost choose your own adventure-esque, the way you run it. It's great. Okay, so you're gonna go back and try and get some money, or all right, so we'll go to the library then. So you're all looking up pyramids in China. Are you looking up anything else?
Yes. We should try and also look for the bloated lady, and then just methods of sealing evil things that the Chinese may have recorded, because you have to know how to seal evil things. It could be very topical.
So there is.
I'll take that last one because obviously I've got nothing to do here.
yeah.
There is a very large section in this library on Chinese occultism.
Occultism.
Which is a whole different world than Occidental occultism, and has a crazy, there's tons of fascinating, weird connections and things like that. So everybody, the three of you, make me library use rolls.
You can stay here for a couple days, right?
Yeah.
It's much safer here.
What is that?
I don't believe that.
We had a
For
hard one.
I just hit my regular use.
All right.
Yeah, regular success.
Hard.
So nobody failed. Excellent.
How
So
can you
Amy, you were
fail
looking
at
up how to seal things back in.
Yeah, and actually, I would be, besides the library roll itself for the items that I'm looking for, which you can continue to tell me about, but in the meantime, do I catch anybody's eye looking at the weird things that I'm looking at? Like a librarian who's stuffy but interested, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
If you know what I'm
It's
saying.
not that
eye out
kind of
for
game,
Aleister
Amy. It's not that
Crowley?
kind of game.
I'm just saying that maybe a kindly gentleman who would help me.
Sure. You find a young college, impressionable college student.
Ooh.
Who,
Well,
like,
I suppose I'm actually young too. Never mind.
you pull out a book and he makes the mistake of starting small talk, and then you like man trap him.
Pretty much.
He's like, oh, you're interested in feng shui as well.
Oh,
And,
totally.
What you get out of the what you get out of the feng shui book is that the Chinese believe that demons always walk in a straight line. And so when you arrange furniture in your room, you try and do it in such a way to blockade them or create obstacles.
So are there any instances of, besides just these home, like your regular home, what I'm assuming is that your home is feng shuied in order to like let a demon not through. So you would blockade the demon. What about like any type of like, oh, I don't know, I know about pyramids and things, but not like anything in China. So like, are there old like pyramid type things that, deflect demons or keep demons in or, whatever?
This guy has no idea what a pyramid is.
Okay, never mind then.
He's just like, we have tombs.
So where are the tombs? Like, what do they look like?
Well, they're holes in the ground with, passages leading in, and when you close the tomb, you write characters, protective characters on the door.
Oh, really? Could you? And then I kind of just be like, could you?
Well, I mean, there's hundreds of kinds of them that are situational, depending on which god you are appealing to, what sort of demon you're trying to keep out, what part of the zodiac you're in.
Interesting. So then I try and do, I swear to God, I know the bloated lady symbol is, do I know the bloated lady symbol?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I have the obese woman, Shanghai. That's all I have. I don't have like bloody tongue.
Yeah, I don't think you guys got any sort of characters or anything, bro. If you ask him, he'll show you how to write the bloated woman in Chinese.
That would be cool if he could.
Okay. Yeah, he will write out the characters for the bloated woman. And he sort of, he like ham-handedly is like, I don't know why a lovely young woman like you needs this.
Oh.
It's an interest of mine. We'd heard about the bloated woman back in England. And so we were just curious if there was, a cult following or something, resembling whatever these characters are.
Oh, I don't know much about cults.
Okay.
I'm very interested in feng shui.
This poor kid.
Yeah, why you can.
I'm just, hang on. I'm like trying to figure out a good way. Okay. Well, I'm sure your house is lovely. Thank you.
Oh.
Goodbye. All right,
Bye.
Joan, what did you got?
I went archaeology.
And what? You were looking up, what were you looking up?
I was looking up their archaeological past,
okay.
where do they?
So there's really not a history of pyramids.
Right.
It's a lot of wooden structures, or there's most of the massive engineering pieces like the Great Wall or something like that. There's a lot of right now. There's the terracotta warriors are a very hot thing. They found all these statues of soldiers made out of terracotta.
Ooh, I wonder if they would make a
terracotta
great army.
warriors. No,
oh, come on, that'd be a great army.
Stay away from those.
Just saying, if they're going to kill you, it's a great army.
But yeah, okay. So I was trying to like see what their way of. Do I find anything kind of like you were talking with Emma about sealing away, or those kind of things, how they seal up?
So again, you find a lot of the same stuff, that it's it's very much situational, and a lot of it is either a lot of it is surprisingly temporary. Like you find a book on how people will paint their doors quite often here, and they'll paint them to scare things away. So they'll repaint the door and they'll paint a message on the door, and that message will be very specific to what they think is causing them problems.
Gotcha.
You also find a lot of references to Chinese fortune tellers and the I Ching and that sort of thing. So fortune telling based on your Chinese zodiac is very important to them.
That would be interesting. Maybe we could figure out a way to keep ourselves safe too.
And actually, you will find in the newspaper, there is an ad for, is it doctor? It's probably doctor. Should be doctor. It is for Mr. Lung. Let's see here. The reason that you're drawn to it is that the first line of the ad is, "The stars are right. Do not allow dark fate to overwhelm you. Worry not that evil rivals seem to possess secret knowledge that you lack. The answer is in the stars. Consult the heavenly stem and the earthly branch to peer behind the mask and uncover what is lost. A most auspicious future is guaranteed. Contact Shanghai's famous astrologer, Mr. Lung, 129 Kaoyang Street. No appointment necessary." That's just an ad like in today's paper.
Cool. Good. So I'll is the paper in the library, or is that just a
You got a copy. You get a copy at the hotel. So
cool?
you can-
Good. I can show
Nick,
them.
what were you looking up?
References to the bloated woman.
All right.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, sanity-inducing stuff there.
Make me a luck roll,
Hey.
Nick.
Oh, come on.
Take luck.
Hey, if you fail it, you can push it.
Yeah.
I think that might be a critical success.
Oh,
Machi,
cool.
Machi.
No, maybe just a hard. I
Hey,
rolled
you made it. All right. So when you
2.
what
But
now?
my luck's 19. It's a critical success.
All right, there
Okay.
you go.
Wow.
Nick's so shocked about it.
No,
that he
not wow.
offered.
I don't want to learn about the bloated lady. I should have
Too
failed
late.
that.
Too late.
So you ask a librarian to help you find stuff, and she's like, "Oh, you want the special collection," and she'll take you to a back area, and she'll like, as soon as you get there, she'll say, "You should not ask about that. Ho Fang will have you killed if he hears you say that name."
Is he the leader of a cult?
I
that
don't know. He's a
worships
criminal.
the-
He's a mob boss, but you should not. He takes that name very seriously.
Oh, it's a very serious name. Yeah.
We have nothing here about that.
Do
But
you
you
have
should not.
any
You should not say that word in public.
And it was
Okay.
Fang.
That being said, do you know how I might go about finding information on that subject? I'm not asking this lightly.
I would have no idea where to start. There are not books written about such things, and it's it's a criminal syndicate that Ho Fang runs, and he's a man that will kill people in the street.
Well, that's very helpful to know. Thank you.
Yes, please stay safe.
And I'll just do my best to go through any legends that they have for anything that could have a semblance
All right.
while I'm here.
let's see.
But first I will talk to Joan and Emma and let them know, like, oh yeah, anyone asking about that, if this guy finds out, he'll have you killed.
All right.
Well, is it
So
because
careful
he's
about-
worshiping? Well, do you think it's because he's worshiping said woman or said
It's-
aspect, or do you think it's because he's trying to keep people from worshiping that aspect?
No, I'd guess the former. He's trying to make sure that there's no information. I mean, that's my guess. I don't know, but I think that's what it is.
Let's see.
Maybe
I'm
he's going about it
almost certain that.
Maybe he's going about it all the wrong way. I mean, if you wanted to grow your cult, and just hear me out, if we wanted to say a legion of sorcerers, wouldn't we, or magicians, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong word, whatever, wouldn't we put an advert out and like just get the word out and just be like, we're looking for magicians. Apply all. Like, wouldn't Ho Fang do the same thing and be like, you know what, we're looking for cultists, just, you know, if you have some marginal skills, just come on board.
Not if he's able to tap into our power and he's keeping it consolidated for himself.
He may
Like
not
you want
need
that
it to go.
controlled. You don't need to have a lot of cultists to have horrible powers and do awful things. Then he just has to safeguard that power.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like your idea about having some kind of way of trying to recruit. I'll have to think about that.
I
Put
know,
out
it just came to
wanted
me. I think
ads.
it's genius.
Well, what kind
I mean,
of
I'm
wanted
still-
ads?
I'm
not
still
gonna put-
working on my Sorcerer Legion curriculum, but how's
You
the
know-
look for sealing magics going? Because I definitely want to add that to the list.
Oh, was
Anything
I
you
supposed to be
can-
doing that? I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, isn't that what you chose?
I don't know. I was talking to this gentleman about feng shui, and like we were talking about how there's different ways to like seal tombs for different demons and, you know, whatever.
So did you
and
find that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you have to have a specific demon to like seal against. And so
Oh, we do. That's awfully convenient.
he's right over there if you want to go talk to him. I mean, he's more about like interior design and stopping demons from coming in your house, but okay.
Yeah, there was a lot more talk of
Ye-
like the money corner and, you know, prosperity and that sort of thing versus the protective properties of feng shui.
Huh,
Yes, I
financial
mean, he's right over
prosperity
there.
is pretty good too, but I do need to look up information about you know who.
Yes. We need to figure out some way.
Nick, the other thing that I'll give you as you search is you find information about Ho Fang. There is a company called Ho Fang Import Export, and it is
Of
run
course.
by a gentleman named Ho Fang, who is a shipping magnate essentially, and very wealthy, and is definitely not at all involved in any criminal enterprises.
Of course not. No, you don't put that on your business card. That's just ridiculous.
And he has a large warehouse on Kaoyang Street.
So, but like occult wise, there's nothing even resembling a bloated woman in any of their legends or lore.
Nope.
Ooh, amazing.
Did you get a hard success?
No, I got a
No, okay,
regular
yeah.
success.
Yep. Yep, that's what you got.
All right.
Ooh, Kaoyang Street. And I show them the paper.
Sure. Yeah, she shows you the ad for the
Mr.
it's
Young.
it's by the way, it's not next door to the warehouse. It is a ways away. Kaoyang Street is
But still,
you know, fairly long street.
still.
Well,
Very
I'm not going to
quickly-
be visiting Ho Fang anytime soon. I'm not thrilled with the idea of getting involved with cult mobsters.
So
And I'm not-
Alexander and Donal, both of you make me spot hidden rolls. Jay Matthews says, Emma, there's a warehouse. Now's your chance.
No!
I was about to say, I was like, I'm not going to any warehouses. No, thank you.
Yeah, I can't say as I blame you.
Yeah, 88.
All right. You're sure you're being followed, Alexander.
Okay.
She probably knows.
Similarly, library folk, when you leave the library, make me spot hidden rolls. This is where Emma's a Viking.
Oh, Jesus, 8. It's like an extreme success.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So-
like I was a hard success.
With an extreme success, not only are you sure you're being followed, but like you see the two guys following you.
They're not the gentleman that I saw in the pajamas and the sword yesterday with the tattoos, right?
No, they actually look like they're in different outfits, but they are still wearing traditional Chinese outfits.
Okay, but they're not the same guy that I was bothering yesterday.
No.
Okay.
So
Try and lose
by the
them?
time you all get back to the hotel, it's late
Actually,
lunch.
should we? So I point out to my two compatriots, we're being followed by those two gentlemen over there. Should we go get a? Should we go get a reading? Or should we get everybody together and go for a reading? Maybe
I think we should get everybody together and go for the reading.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
What do you
No,
mean?
we should do
what?
more research, actually.
He might give us
A
some ideas.
reading.
We talk to him. Yes.
I was just thinking about losing the tail. That's all.
This is fake.
What? The two guys behind me aren't fake. They're real. They're following us.
No, the reading.
Oh yeah, totally. I don't care
No.
if it's real or
Look,
fake. I
the
mean,
stars
headdress
are
is
right. Peer beyond the mask.
Okay,
Guys.
is the headdress got a problem with it? Because I'm sure the headdress is going to tell you what's the future and what isn't. Like, honestly, I kind of want to know what he says and then what the headdress says and listen to them sort of argue vicariously through Joan. This would be amazing, like dinner entertainment.
Yes.
I like the
But-
argument part.
We also need to lose the tail.
Yeah, can we just lose the tail? We don't need to
I
go
don't
get
know,
a
can
fortune.
we?
We don't need to waste money on garbage. Yeah.
Well, we're going to lose the tail and then we'll pick up the rest and then we'll see. But I think
Okay.
this is a great idea.
All right. So with a critical success, I'm going to give it to you. You start leading them on our circuitous route, helped by the fact that you have very little idea where you're going, and you will. Yeah, you feel like you have given them the slip.
Okay.
If
All right,
you
guys.
go back to your hotel, you have a feeling they'll see you again because that's where they're just going to go and wait for you there.
But
We need
can
to-
we get in through another entrance?
Of the hotel, possibly. I mean, that's entirely possible. Alexandra and Donal, are you going back to the hotel? What are you? So Alexandra tells you you're being followed.
Yeah.
All right, we'll probably look in the window of a shop and have a discussion like we're acting like we're shopping.
Sure.
Or actually, she side eyes me to where the two fellows are that are following us.
Yeah. Trying to get a read on them.
So you only saw one guy
Okay.
following you.
And when he shows up in like the reflection, I nod a little bit at him.
At the guy following you?
Well, no, so we're
Oh, you're
looking-
pointing him out to Donal.
Yeah, I'm nodding at him in the reflection so that Donal can see who we're looking at.
Sure.
Should we have a conversation with this fellow?
What sort of a conversation would we need to have?
An alleyway conversation?
Man, I'm rolling badly. Get rid of one of the GM inspiration.
Ooh.
Hey.
Much better.
And
Carry on.
fantastic.
So, all right. So you, as Donal says, what sort of conversation should we have? You hear the crack of a gunshot, and the guy who was following you is shot right between the eyes, and just falls backwards.
Where did the shot come from?
A rooftop.
Which
look
rooftop?
around. Can
What now?
we spot hidden to see if we can see the shooter?
Sure.
63. Got it.
All right.
Hard
So
success
with
for
a-
me.
With a regular success,
Regular.
it was a roof up on the right side of the street, about half a block up. You think?
Like ahead of us.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think we both like flinch at that, but don't like duck or anything.
Right.
What was the distance of that shot?
It
Roughly.
was, it was a pretty good shot. That was a pretty good rifle shot. So you're not flinching, either of you.
Yeah.
No.
Everyone else, the streets are emptying. Like after the shot, and you hear the whistle of a police whistle, the distinct whistle of a police whistle.
We
Let's
should
move on.
be elsewhere.
Yes, let's go.
Get rid of another GM inspiration.
Why don't you push your luck, Ezra?
You want to push it?
I just Emma.
Yes.
Ooh, so you can't even push it.
So you distinctly hear a click, and then like this awful. You hear a gun back. You hear like just a total jam of a gun.
Music to my ears.
Do we think we can get to that rooftop? What do you think?
I mean, are you
how-
going to start climbing, or are you going to ask somebody if you can walk up their steps?
How far away do the police whistles sound?
They're a couple blocks away.
Whatever we do, we need to do it fast. Is there
Let's try.
anything like I know it's a joke to ask if there's anything like a fire escape, but is there anything like that that would get us access to the roof?
Make me a luck roll.
Cool.
Check too. 53.
Yes.
That's on luck.
All right, you both made it. So yeah, there is there's like a rickety ladder hanging down from this building.
My favorite.
I'll give you a boost up and try to follow you.
All right, I'm gonna put my foot into his cupped hands. He'll lift me up and.
Sure. All right. Both of you make me dex rolls.
All right, success.
We're making all the rolls that are in my happy places.
Nice. All right. So you both. Let's see here. I have a. Here we go. Hireling. All right, so he's got, okay. So we're gonna go into initiatives now. This is a chase. So you make it up, both of you, to the top of the roof, and you see a guy running down the roofs away from you.
All right, let's follow him.
Hey, Donal,
All right,
we got a runner. Let's go.
So this is gonna be a chase, so we're gonna make opposed dex rolls.
Okay.
Ooh, use a GM inspiration.
Hard success.
Regular success.
Damn it. All right, so hard success. You now, Alexander, are 2 closer to him. Donal, you're 1 closer to him. He stumbles. Alexander, with a hard success, you clearly see a jammed rifle about 2 roofs up from where you are. He just threw the rifle down and took off running.
Okay.
All right, next, let's do it again.
All right, chasing.
Finally.
Regular success.
Oh, critical.
Ooh, critical. All right, he got a critical success as well.
Fantastic.
So there is like so Donal, you fall behind again, and Alexandra, you stay even with this guy who like is leaping over things. He like leaps over an alley onto the next wave of buildings.
Alexander doesn't even pause, just goes.
Yeah. All right, we're doing it again. I have a hard success.
Regular success. Or excuse me.
3.
Hard success.
Not a fail. Not a
All
fail.
right, you guys have a lot of inspiration.
Push
Yeah,
it.
I am
Push it.
Or you could push it.
No.
From the rooftop.
No. Let's inspire it.
All right.
okay.
So you have been inspired.
44 is a regular success.
All right. So you get a little closer. You get it, but actually, you both don't get closer because he got a hard success and you both got regular successes. So he's opening up.
I got a hard success. Sorry.
You got okay. So you stay there. If he gets 3 more away from you, Tiana, he's going to get away.
Okay.
And you are 4 away from him.
I'm 4 away, or
yeah. So if he misses and you make it, that sort of thing. All right, roll him again. Use a GM inspiration.
hard success.
I got what's the critical success? 0-8.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, so
Yeah.
Tiana, you are 1 closer. You're only 3 away from him. Donal, you are now 6 away. Donal, like when you 2 jump over that alley, like Donal does the stop and is like, and then runs back and he makes the jump.
And Alexander just fucking ballet leapt across it.
Yeah. All right, we're doing it again.
Whew.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
some Bruce Lee stuff coming out here.
13 is also a critical success.
Nice. Hard success for me.
All right, so he got a critical success as well. So you fall 1 back, Tiana. You gain 2, Tom. So you are now 4 away, and Tiana, you are 3 away.
Okay.
If he gets to 6 away from you, Tiana, he is free.
Okay.
1 more. We're doing it again.
7. Oh,
Very
regular
good roll.
success.
Hard success.
All right, I have to do some math here. I think that's a critical. No, it is not quite. So 2 hards, you stay the same. What'd you get, Donal?
A regular success.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to 1 more roll for the whole thing. And if you guys catch up to him, you'll catch him. Otherwise, he's going to get away. So double or nothing on this one. Use all the inspiration you want.
12. which is the hearts, the extreme critical success.
14, also critical.
All right, so he realizes he's not getting away. He turns around to fight you, and he draws. Actually, he doesn't draw anything. He's just got his fists. He turns around to fight you.
All right. Are we both there, or Tiana
Yeah,
first?
yeah. You both like as with the critical that you just got. You're both like you both run on up. He gets to a roof that is too far for him to jump, and so he stops and he turns around and he just turns around with his hands.
All right, well, Donal will put his hands up like this, like empty hands, says, hold on.
He'll say something in Chinese,
There we
like
go.
really angry Chinese.
I'll do the an unarmed symbol, no weapons, hold.
And meanwhile, Alexandra's hands are like,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I see what he's doing, so I'm not quite reaching just yet. But my hand is like a freaking gunslinger, ready to just go for it.
all right. He's not being aggressive towards you, but he is not like we're all friends here, and he is like he's saying things in angry Chinese.
Do you understand English at all?
Angry Chinese. You get angry Chinese back.
Yeah. Damn it.
I'll just keep hands up. I'm not armed. I'm not going to fight you. So I'll just try to say, you shot the fellow who was following us. Why?
Angry Chinese.
I'm gonna like move slowly and pantomime away from him, like shooting, and then
Okay.
the explosion back in his face, and then be like, why?
When you do that, he laughs.
Interesting. Was it? Does he look like he has any shrapnel or anything?
No.
Might.
You're helping us, right? Why?
Bang! A shot. Yeah, he gets shot like here, and he like staggers backwards and falls over.
Whirl and
was-
Where'd the shot come from?
The shot was definitely behind you.
whirl
If you make a
look.
hard spot hitting, I'll let you see the rifleman.
Let's do it.
16 is, 16 will do it.
All right.
9 out of 63. I got it.
So this was a long range shot. You see a Chinese guy several buildings back, like across the street. This was a shot from a ways away. This was not going to be a pistol shot. This was definitely a rifle shot. And he's not sticking around. He's gone. Like as soon he was just there to kill that guy, and he's gone.
Amazing.
We have a lot of people with long range rifles around us.
I'll check out the fellow. Is he dead or just bleeding? What's the situation with this guy?
He is dying.
Is he on the roof with us still?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. He plummeted over the side. He did the stuntman.
Damn. Like look down over the edge and see what the situation is down there.
All right. You see that. Let's see here. You see that he has. From the way that his. Let's see here. What is the mark? He has a tattoo that you can see from the way that he fell, and it is. It is ... verbal ellipse. Here we go. It is 3 Chinese characters, one on top of the other, over his heart.
Okay.
And those Chinese characters seem very familiar to you, Tiana.
Were they the
yesterday.
same? Were they the same ones as were on his hands?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna like crouch down and like look over the edge and like draw them in the dirt to try and imprint their shape in my mind so I can recreate them when I have paper and pencil.
Good. You feel pretty good about that. There is you see one of the police has turned the corner and is running towards the shot man.
All right, and I gesture back at Donal as we we can get away from the edge. Be like, we should be elsewhere.
All right, yeah. You can you have a choice. You can stick around and see what goes on, but maybe get involved with the police, or you can just get out of there.
Let's leave.
I have no interest in being involved with the police.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you make it out. So everybody gets back to the hotel at lunchtime, and you share the fun that you've had. Gesundheit again. Way to hit the sneeze button. That's a pro, ladies and gentlemen. That is a pro.
Yeah, so we tell them all about the person who was following us and how he got shot and the person who shot him got shot. There's a lot of people with long-range rifles in this city, and I'm not thrilled about that.
It's kind of like what happened last night, just with knives.
Yeah, and
What happened last night?
Oh,
I'm
the
not.
guys that was following us was killed by someone with a knife by someone else following us.
Right. We're being followed, and whoever's following us is being followed by someone else. And those
Emma-
ones are killing the ones that are following us.
Emma,
Yeah.
do you remember the tattoos on the guy's hands?
Yeah, the smiley faces.
They were not smiley faces, and I actually like pull out hotel pen and paper and draw them, keeping Emma's hands very far away from what I'm doing.
Yeah, you feel like you could
draw them
show
out.
these to somebody, and you'd get a sense. They could give you a sense of what that is.
Do they match the symbols that Emma had written at the library?
What?
Yes, actually, they do.
Ooh, the bloated lady symbol.
No, it literally says the bloated lady,
Okay.
or really, it's bloated lady. But
Huh.
that's what the guy wrote when you asked the guy to write the bloated lady
Yes,
in
what
Chinese,
the word is.
and that looks like that's what the tattoo is.
So do we think that they're Hofang's people?
Who's Ho Fang?
Yeah, Ho Fang is a mob boss in the area who will diligently execute anyone who mentions the bloated lady. We're in our rooms, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that-
Yeah, we're not talking about this downstairs. Nope.
yeah.
Hmm.
So be very careful about asking about that.
Does that mean he's opposed to the bloated lady, or
I
keeping her
don't
secret?
think so. I think one of the best ways to prevent someone from sealing away what your cult is worshiping, I could be wrong. He could be killing cult members of the bloated lady, but I'm uncomfortable asking him.
It really sounds like we have two factions going on here, and one of them might be in our favor, and it's hard to the enemy of our enemy is our friend,
yeah.
more than in favor of us in particular. But
So how do we find those people? Because they seem to be killing the people. They seem to be killing the people that we're chasing or finding or, are interacting with. They seem to always be one step ahead of us.
I mean, that's just the story of everything since Jackson Elias died.
Miss that guy.
And he ended up dead.
Perhaps we need to hire an interpreter or some guy to come with us.
That is a great idea because I know nothing.
I would have given $50 to watch an interpreter follow us across those rooftops.
Speaking of dollars, should we spend the 500 Mexican silver dollars it is to obtain information on this boat that we're looking for?
So we had a word.
Ooh.
We had a word with the Harbormaster, nasty English sort, who decided that he was going to be very upfront about being bribed, and then forgetting that he was ever asked. He doesn't. I mean, he probably knows what ship this picture references, but he wants $500 to tell us.
That's a lot of money. Do we have any dirt on him so we can blackmail the blackmailer and not pay the money?
I mean, I could.
Silvano has taught me anything. Don't just take the first offer.
Well, I mean, I can also see if I can finagle it and make it look like we're paying for other fees for things that we will then have to kind of do without. But
Creative accounting, I like.
yeah, should I make a creative accounting roll to see if I can work this out?
Yes. We'll inspire it if we have to.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, you're gonna need to inspire that, or I could push it.
Yeah.
Inspire it.
Oh,
Then you get an inspiration if you
Well,
do that.
you know, you could push it, and then if it doesn't work, you can still inspire it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No. If you
No,
push
if you
and you
push
don't
it, you
make
make
it,
it.
something bad happens.
Well,
Well,
let's
then.
see if I fail the inspiration, then I'll push
Okay.
it.
There we go. Do it the other way.
I think we should take the hard success.
There you go. Yeah. You
Yeah.
For a critical success.
you had in starting in New York, you'd actually created an account for just bribery, and you've been slowly squirreling away money in there, and you've got about $1,200 in just bribe money that you're ready to go with.
Now there's $700 left in there.
That's a lot, though, of our
Oh,
bribery money
no,
to
no,
give
no, no,
away
no.
to
That's
one
a lot
person
of our
for a name of a
bribery.
boat. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
no. We got to talk to him about it. Maybe we can. Is there anything getting dirt on the boat or something, or having some reason why we're looking at that specific boat that would be bad if we didn't find it?
We already have a good idea of where that boat is.
We do.
So that's something to keep in mind. We may just find out information that we already know. So do we want to spend money on that? I mean, we might get a time frame, and that could be useful.
That would be
but
useful.
Well, a
How
time
useful?
frame and an exact shipping log. Like if they were shipping something like the crate that was back in the warehouse in London.
Also,
But
maybe
I
you'd get the
think-
name of an owner.
I think
Yeah.
I think Emma's right. Someone should go and do a little bit of bargaining.
Not me.
With,
That is something that I'm terrible at. I
Alright.
am much more direct.
Joan,
I'm looking.
Oh.
Yeah, that seems more like Jane's.
Amp at this. We need
Oh.
you.
And then after Joan bribes the briber, then we can all go and get our palms read. It'll be fun.
Yes.
All right, what?
Sure.
Oh no. And I show the rest of them the paper
Yeah.
that basically Mr. Lung, he's talking about the stars are right and he's going to peer beyond the mask. He may have some insight for us.
That's a little tip on the nose to be overlooked.
Emma, do you think this is someone like Bell's?
It could be. I mean, it could be one of two things. It could be a secret code, drawing people in who understand the code, or it could just be phooey. But there's two sides of this coin. We find something interesting, or we listen to the headdress argue with Joan about how the fortune teller isn't really telling the future. So I mean, it's a win-win. It's like dinner theater. I mean, I would bring a snack and a drink. So I don't know.
Lord Emma is the most dangerous Emma.
Yeah.
I have a
that is
question.
definitely the best.
The time freezing ritual. How long does it take to cast that?
Time freezing ritual.
What?
It takes about 6 seconds.
6
One
seconds?
round of combat.
Okay. All right. Just curious.
That's the thing that
No
you.
reason.
You
For
that's
someone who hates D&D.
well, that's
Well,
the
no,
thing you
'cause
talk
most
to
of the
Yosef.
rituals I
Yosef.
know are like
Yeah.
A
Yep.
million
it's
years
your
old.
afternoon goodbye. You're
Yep.
casting this ritual sort of rituals.
All right, so most of you are gonna hang out outside the Harbormaster's area, having a cup of tea, while Joan, you're gonna go in and bargain.
That's what I'm
Most importantly, Joan, do you know what a reasonable bribe is? If you can go
yeah,
in and be
that's a
like,
good
"I'm
point.
paying this
Maybe
much,
under
I'm
either, let's see, I could do either under my appraise or
I mean, she does bribes all the time.
yeah. So I'm trying to think of
No, I know how much this is worth. I want to do an
Right.
appraisal.
All right, both of you can
Okay.
make appraise rolls. Sure.
Nick, have you gone nuts?
I got a 0-2.
Boom.
Oh!
Serious.
So I mean, part of the problem is that a bribe's worth exactly what you'll pay for it. And so that $500 is a lot, but if you really need the information, it's not that much. Unless you have some leverage to bring the guy down, or make it. You figure if you made a counteroffer of half of that, that would still be ridiculous, and he'd still probably take it.
That's what I'm thinking. What do you think? Silvano? Can we do that?
Then the rest of the money can go towards booze. I like it.
All right. So you walk into the Harbormasters, and
I have the picture too. I
Okay.
got the picture from you, just so I could
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, and we're hanging out at a cafe across the
Yeah.
street, whereas
Yeah.
we're close by, but so I don't have to deal with wanting to put a knife between his eyes.
Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Yes, you can help me. I know you talked to some people this afternoon about a certain ship, and I pulled out the picture.
Ah, yes. Yes. Come to pay me the bribe, then.
I am come with a counter offer. I offer half of that. I know this area. I know this area well, and you are asking for way too much. And I don't mind helping a person out, but that was way too much. Half.
I'm
250.
terribly sorry that I've offended your professional courtesy. My goodness. So you're suggesting that you will pay me 250 Mexican silver dollars, and I will tell you the name of this boat. Is that correct?
And
Oh, and do go
Well-
on.
Oh God, it's the Duchess.
I know. It's like the male.
he's
British
getting more
Duchess.
and more. I hear more and more the Duchess, so that's starting to get me. And it's like, didn't they explain to you that we needed to know who the ship was, who owned it? It's a friend of a friend. We're trying to track them down, and you don't need to
I
know.
don't care why.
Right, you don't need to know why.
Exactly.
So
All I care about is that I'm paid. This is a business transaction.
exactly, and I'm telling you how much I'm paying you.
Well, I'm very sorry to tell you that the price is 500 silver dollars. I'm committing a crime, madam. You are
yeah.
only potentially committing a crime.
Yeah, you're committing a crime. Like, what? Are there ears in the walls that are hearing us?
How long have you been in Shanghai? Yes, there are ears everywhere.
Then why are you talking so freaking loud?
Because I know who to bribe. You don't.
I know you. You?
Yes, part of the reason I need $500 is that I'm going to have to spend at least half that to not get myself killed.
Oh. So we're talking a pretty big time ship here then. I bet you I could make some more guesses and look at some other places. If you don't want the money, then we can go elsewhere, but
This guy has ice in his veins. It's like, yes, by all means, go to the other Harbormaster. Oh, 1 minute. There's not another Harbormaster. My mistake.
I don't need another Harbormaster. We can probably get somebody else out here who knows about the ships. There's a lot of people who work here, But you're the one I thought that we could make a deal with. But it seems like you're just going to be a stubborn ass. So
We've made a deal. You know what?
No, we
All
didn't.
right,
We
you should go
did not
ask
make
everyone
a
in
deal.
the docks about that boat.
No.
And do come back and tell me how that goes for you. You know what? I'm even going to do you a favor. It's not DAR, it's DARK. Go down to the docks, ask everyone about a yacht with dock, and flash that photo around. And do tell me how that goes for you. Or pay me $500 right now and get all the information you want without probably getting killed. It seems a very fair offer.
No, thank you. I don't deal with people who are just asses about this kind of stuff. I'm not going to deal with you. I've dealt with other people before, so bye. I'm going to walk out.
Have a good day. I'll wait for the next one of your group to bring the picture.
I'm going to go back to the cafe and tell those guys what happened. And I got some more information though. I got that it's dark. It starts DARK is what he said. Now, he could have been lying, but he gave me some more to work on, but he would not take any less. He just flat out said, he said he needed it to bribe other people, but he's the Harbormaster, so why would he have to bribe other people?
Bribe other people to what purpose?
Well, he said so he didn't get in trouble and people wouldn't kill him. So that gave me another clue that perhaps somebody...
This might belong to the person whose name we're not going to say out loud here. Interesting. I wonder.
So that's what I got out of that.
I wonder.
But he's waiting for another one of us to come in and talk to him about it. But here, I'll give you the picture back.
Listen, if I go in and talk to him again, he won't have to worry about someone else coming to kill him.
Perhaps we should just make sure the boat is not presently in the harbor.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I roll like spot hidden or something just to see if I can what ships I
There's
can
a lot of boats in
It's a massive
in
harbor.
that harbor. You could do like an afternoon of search. It would be a lot easier if you could ask people about the boat, but that seems like according to the Harbormaster, that's not a great idea.
And I agree, you know, just wandering around going, hey, have you seen this boat? Yeah, no.
I mean, there's got to be a vantage point that we could go to. I mean, again, it's the same thing as like searching around.
Sure,
Is
you
that typically
kind of know what the boat looks like. You could, but it's not going to be a like 5-minute thing. It's going to be a let's walk around the entire harbor.
Yeah.
We already have good reason to believe that it's left.
Well, but maybe
it could be back.
Because that looked like does it from looking at the picture, does it look like a cargo ship to me or more like a yacht or a cruise ship?
I'm gonna look at the picture.
I'm looking at it as well, and I'm
no, it looks like a yacht. It's a have you seen it? Actually looks kind of like if you've seen the FDR boat at Jack London Square. It looks kind of like that.
So this is a personal vessel.
Mm-hmm. So it could very well belong to the gentleman.
But that should narrow it down, because if this harbor is like any other harbor that I've seen in the world, they have it separated out so that there's cargo ships and personal ship and personal vessels. So if we can figure out where the personal vessels are, we can focus our attention there and narrow our search a bit.
Yes. This isn't just some boat. This is a very expensive, fancy yacht that's only going to be in a certain secluded section for the very wealthy owners.
Which means it may be difficult for us to get in there, but we'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Having been in a port town, I don't know, like New York, and other places that.
Oh yeah, you know where Emma spent a lot of time in New York? The port.
She'd never shut up about it.
Yeah, Emma was a friend to the stevedores.
Yeah, but I mean, there's usually a space where you can like.
Wait, bar. What? That's where she was at. Yeah, okay, I got them confused.
Not port, bar. There's usually a place. Actually, that is a great idea. Where did the sailors hang out? Let's go to that bar.
Bar.
Okay, here's the problem with that. If we run into the asking people questions problem.
I also don't speak the language.
That also, we have got to hire an interpreter.
Mm-hmm. But usually there's a place.
Where's that nice feng shui guy?
Yeah, in older towns that you can see out over the port.
Yeah, you can easily find a spot. So So you have the picture, so you kind of know what it looks like. I'm gonna give you the project management pyramid here. You can go, if you spend more time, I'll give you an advantage die. If you don't spend more time, then it's just a straight roll. This is going to be a spot hidden roll, and 4 of the 5 of you have to make it.
I will take some time with this.
Wait, you know what? Let's do this right. I'm going to say 6 successes. I just need 6 successes, and a hard success is 2 successes.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to take time. Like,
all right. Well, no. If you're taking time, everybody's taking time.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend the afternoon casing this entire harbor, looking for this boat. All right, so you all have a bonus die on this.
A bonus die. What is? Wait, tell.
Another 10s.
Another advantage. Okay, advantage. I was one. Make sure it wasn't another bonus
die.
Die.
Advantage is dirty talk, and we don't like it.
Got it.
So I got a regular success.
All right, that's 1.
1 regular success.
2.
Is the spot hidden? I got a 10 critical success.
I got
3,
5. I got a critical success.
6.
We just needed the 2 of us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
You guys blow it away, and with 2 critical successes, like you find this thing without having to ask anybody at all. You get a good vantage point, and you see that there is indeed a yacht there. And with 2 critical successes, I will also give you. You see that the name of the yacht is the Dark Mistress.
Oh, thank God it's not the Dark Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about it being attached to Benet somehow.
That would be interesting if it was Benet's ship.
Wouldn't it?
How did she get all that money?
Yep.
I mean, Carlisle was pretty rich. Is.
In some sense of is.
So yeah, you get that you know it's on a somewhat secluded dock. as you expected. And Yols, there it looks like there's about, let's say a total of, you see like 5 crewmen.
Okay.
What's the security like?
5 crewmen. Oh,
On the
there's
place,
a
on the pier.
there's a gate. There's a locked gate out to the dock.
Uh-oh, not a locked gate.
Oh, no. How will we ever survive?
Yeah. But more interestingly enough, who owns the boat and who's on the boat currently?
That's an excellent question.
Now that's the kind of question that'll cost you $500.
Yeah, but we
But
have
that's also potentially worth $500, not something that we could have done by walking around an afternoon.
Well, is it? Or
Well, could we?
do we take the opportunity to go onto the boat?
Or we could stay at a distance and watch who comes and goes to see if there's anyone that we recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Also possible.
Not volunteering.
I recommend that if we're doing this, we take it in shifts and watch it. I mean, do a proper stakeout.
So
There's
2
more-
more, basically.
There's more library to use.
So it is 4 o'clock at this time. And so you're gonna leave one person here?
No.
I think too. We don't travel alone. I also am going to recommend that we try to find somewhere where we can get a pair of binoculars.
Sure, that's no problem. You can buy almost anything you want in Shanghai if you're willing to pay.
Cool. So we'll get two pairs of binoculars.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2. So we have 2 people. That's not obvious at all.
Bird watching.
No.
Bird watching.
It would be one
Those
per
seagulls.
It would be one per group so that one group could walk away and the other group could be in their location. So we split up and we don't take the same spot as each other, but we relieve each other in time. So like if you guys wanted to be over here, let's say by this tree sitting on this park bench, and then maybe the 3 of us are like up on the hill reading a paper, and then at a certain time, you guys could walk as soon as you see us and that we could sit down.
So we're doing it in sets of 2 and 3.
Sounds
Is that
good.
the plan?
Yeah, unless I could go home and take a nap. That's fine too.
Oh God, a nap sounds so good right now.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog.
So 2 people are staying here until what, like 8 o'clock? And then the next group is coming? Is this going to be an all-night watch?
I mean, if they're
We need
coming,
them all night.
we won't be able to watch them at night.
Yeah.
A little trickier that.
I
At
mean,
night.
there's a couple lights out to the dock, but
But would they be leaving at the middle of the night? Maybe.
Would we get a good enough look for it to matter at that distance and that lighting?
yeah.
So I'm going to recommend then that we have the first group stay until it gets too dark to really get much in the way of a view, and then the second group picks up first thing in the morning.
That sounds fine.
Ooh, or the second group sneaks on the boat.
See, I'm very tempted by that. I really am. That said, I also don't want, if we're going to run into something, I'd like to have all of us there just
Some
because.
intelligence first before we go on the boat.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
Keep
So
in mind. Oh, sorry.
no, please.
We're going to be watched while we're doing this. We have to assume that.
It might not be a bad idea to have one person watching for the watchers. We need to know who these 2 factions are. There's
So-
at least 2 factions. There might be more.
So to hide it, some of what we're doing, come on, picnic, right? So yeah, they can watch you sit there and eat.
Where's Yosef when you need someone to just sit and eat and draw
Yeah.
attention?
Flashback to a cafe in Cairo as
Oh,
Yosef is like feeding Dr. Kafur.
one morsel at a time.
2 for me, 1 for you.
And I bet you Yosef doesn't even understand that it's not even going in.
Probably not. So how do we want to arrange the watches?
Yeah. How do we? Because
whoever's taking watch tonight is going to be going back to the hotel after dark.
So let's do maybe 3 of us for the first shift in the evening, so the 3 can be safer together.
I think
And
so.
morning, the next 2 would take over.
All right.
I volunteer for morning.
I volunteer to not have to wake up first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I'll do the first shift, then perhaps Alexandra, myself, and Silvana.
It's up to you, Savannah.
I mean, so we want to be careful not to front load one group over
That's what I was
the
about to
other.
say. So who's going to do the shooting for me when I do my watch? Just curious.
Yeah, I mean,
I
'cause
don't.
there's-
I don't do the shooting, Emma. I do the stabbing.
Okay, so who's going to stab or shoot anything for me?
yeah.
That's
Emma will hang out with us, then she should be fine.
Okay.
Silvana
Right,
can
so-
take good care of Joan. He's an excellent shot.
No, I won't have a gun with me. No more. No, and that rifle, I can't take that rifle. No,
Just take a pistol, then, man. You'll be fine.
no, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have a pistol. I don't have a pistol.
Do you need the rifle?
He says it almost hopefully.
I'm pretty sure.
No, there's denial in there. I might have a
Yeah.
pistol, but I don't have a
I'm
pistol.
pretty sure you do.
Mm-mm.
All right, so first group. So Joan and Silvano, are you just going back to the hotel? for
That's
the
what I
evening?
was going to do.
Well, how late is it?
It's 4:30.
How late does the library stay open?
It closes at 5.
Ah, okay.
No,
Are
you
there
don't want to go
any
get your fortune told?
occult bookstores?
Or fortune.
You have the headdress. Why are you worried about a fortune teller?
No, I can get information from him.
No, have all of us go. This will be a show. I really
All
want to
right,
be
all right.
part of this.
All right.
Well, no.
I told you,
let's
bring a snack.
let's look for a bookstore.
All right. I'm down with that.
Okay.
Alright.
Joan and Silvano, what are your appearances?
As in, what am I wearing?
What is the stat?
Oh,
What is your appearance stat?
65.
40.
What? What's your Silvano?
65.
You're so pretty.
I'm 40.
All right.
I'm rugged.
All right. So you go,
Boy.
you find a bookstore that's open kind of late. And there's a guy who he wants to sell you books about the Tao Te Ching and that sort of thing. Do you want to ask him specific stuff that you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm looking for two things. The first one I don't think will be too difficult, but I would love a book on learning the language, translating from English and back. That could be very useful for some of the books I might need to look into.
Well, it's very difficult, you see, because Shanghai has its own brand of Chinese. We speak neither Mandarin nor Cantonese. We speak Shanghai. They call it Shanghainese.
What is the oldest written language?
Well, written Chinese is fairly standard. So if
Okay.
you just want to read and write, then I certainly have books for you. But spoken, people who come here from Beijing have no idea what we're saying.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I've heard some of that. That's quite intimidating.
So yeah, he'll give you a book on, rudimentary read-write Chinese.
Okay, and then
501 Chinese verbs.
Oh God, I had that Russian book.
And then the other thing I'm interested in is more like folklore, legends, myths.
This is a rich tapestry. The folklore of China is literally thousands of years old and ongoing and has, anything you can imagine. There's just crazy stuff.
And I'll ask him if there's anything that he thinks might have a grain of truth to it.
Oh, I think it all has a grain of truth to it. I mean, you look at the zodiac and I'm a rat and I know that I act like a rat.
Huh.
Or for instance, what is your blood type, sir? Phrenology. Phrenology is a very interesting science. We can tell a great deal about you with your blood. Or there's the old ways, the pulling of scrolls from the I Ching, the casting of bones. It all has
I
truth.
am more familiar with scrolls in my particular experience.
Would you like a book on the I Ching? It's very interesting.
Sure. Joan, is there anything that's standing out to you?
No, I was going to I was interested in the occult, and because I think it's interesting. So I was going to look in the occult section.
Is there anything our mutual friend might think that is interesting here?
I apologize. I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
The occult books, like, you can just tell this is pretty much like, this is vanilla stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm tempted to show him the headdress, but I'm not gonna. Random bookstore guy. Oh, I will ask him though if he knows about any fortune tellers or seers around the area. I'm interested in that.
Still on this. Okay.
We have Shanghai is full of fortune tellers. It is a booming business here.
Yeah, I saw
this. Very important in our culture.
I saw an ad for a guy named Mr. Lung. Do you know him?
I don't hide the eye roll.
I think he advertises in the paper, I think.
Yes. I saw that in the paper. Do you know anything about him?
He advertises in the paper.
All right. I just thought maybe there was somebody who was. Do you have a recommendation?
He advertises in the paper.
No. Do you have a recommendation for a fortune teller that you would advocate for?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm handing
since
in
you
the money
were
for
saying,
the 2 books.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's expensive. I don't have that kind of money.
Oh, expensive. Yeah. All right. Well, since you were such an advocate for the I Ching and some things like that, I thought maybe you would know. Thank you.
Sure. All right. The 3 people on watch. It gets to be there are people loading stuff on the boat. Decide who has the binoculars, and that person make a spot hidden roll.
What are your guys' spot hiddens?
86.
Amy's got a crazy one.
Amy, you
Emma's
do
got
it.
it.
All right, Emma's got the
crap.
binoculars.
Yeah, so it's a 26, so I'm sure that's
Is that a
a
critical?
I don't know. How does the math
Oh,
work?
that's a hard.
One
No,
fifth
that's a hard.
No, that's a hard. Okay.
Yeah,
So with a
so
hard
I'm 5
success,
short. Yeah,
the
I'm 5
guys,
short.
the crew, all men, and you think there are 5 of them. Those are big dudes, and they are loading boxes on the boat.
Do I think that they're big boxes, small boxes? Like, am I assuming it's?
These are shipping crates. In fact, a couple of them look weirdly familiar to you.
Oh boy.
What
no
is
crowbar.
that?
No crowbar.
They look
What do you
like
mean by familiar?
they look like the crates in that warehouse.
Crowbar, no crow. Crowbar, no crow.
We got to get on this ship. My box is on that ship.
Go in smashing.
What box are you? What do you mean?
Emma, are you talking about that box?
Yeah, I'm talking about that box.
Wait, I remember this. There's the one that you.
You don't remember this. You weren't there. You didn't. You weren't with. Was Jackson Elias with me?
No,
And
he showed it to us.
Yep.
He showed it to
no,
us.
Dave
No, it wasn't
McGillicuddy
Jackson,
was
it was-
with me.
Yeah, McGillicuddy was with you.
Yeah,
that's
because
right.
It
Thomas
was
was
Dave
playing him.
McGillicuddy.
No, we saw this. The
No,
Pharaoh
you didn't.
showed it to us. He
Yeah, the
showed
Pharaoh showed
vision
him.
of
Oh,
you
did
with
he?
The crowbar, instead of prying a box like a normal person would do, you tried to smash it with the crook end of the crowbar.
Okay,
right into the
accidents
box.
happen. Was
It's
he?
clear
Was
he has
happy?
seen this then.
Was he happy that I did that, or was he upset?
Oh, he thought it was hilarious. This fellow.
Okay, so make sure not to smash anything next time. All right,
Yeah.
good to know.
A little bit.
It is getting super dark. They continue to load stuff on the boat.
Do they look like they are setting up for a long voyage?
I
it
don't
look
know
like-
how
like
would
that
you
kind of-
ascertain that. They're not. I mean, this boat is not the sort of boat that's going to sail to America.
Sure. But does it look like they're provisioning to leave? I guess is the better
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Okay.
We need to get the others, possibly get on that boat.
We need to get on that boat as soon as possible.
So when you say we need to get the others, all of the sudden, and I'm gonna say, this is not a supernatural thing, even though I'm saying it like it's supernatural. 5 large men appear out of nowhere. They just sort of come out of the surroundings around you. They were very well concealed. These guys were silent. And one of them is wearing a suit, a Western suit. And he says, "My employer wishes to invite you to dinner."
Can't you see I'm busy? Hang on.
And may I ask who your employer is?
Those questions are dangerous.
Yes.
Ugh.
That was dinner with strangers.
I will tell you that my employer is very interested in your interest in that boat.
Does your employer own that boat?
Oh, no.
I glance at Emma and then at Donal and say, and just kind of like give an eyebrow shrug of, I mean, information is information.
Donal just nods back to you.
Dinner's dinner.
And please follow me. And that is where we're going to end it.
Neat.
Good.
So thanks so much. That was awesome. Our quotes for this session are, it's been hell without you. A series of mistakes and idiocy. Swords were made for stabbing. I like this one.
For stabbing.
No deliberate deals exist. I enjoyed the use of the word deliberate there. The untruest thing Emma's ever said, "My soul is fine." Interesting, but not our problem. This, I think, is the winner. An evening to sort of forget and kind of remember. This is just Emma talk. And bribery, the lowest form of commerce.
Good too.
I like those. So again, Monday, special mitten. James is going to be running it. It's going to be fun. Is anybody here playing?
All 3 of us. The 3 ladies.
It is.
Yep.
It is. Most of the ladies of Quest and Chaos are going to be playing.
Nice.
We're
It's
just
not
missing
officially
Lauren.
a Quest and Chaos show unless Tiana's on it. I think that is the rule. She is, as the saying goes, available. That's
Hey. I'm not that available, mate.
Well, then don't be on a show.
They keep asking me.
There you go. So Monday we have the mitten. Tuesday we have. I just saw that Thomas is calling this episode BS1 of the Chaos Agents.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost Battlestar Galactica. I like it.
That's right. I believe it's BS 37. Really is what if we're getting. But so Tuesday is the chat show with the Chaos Agents, and then we are back here Saturday for more mirth and merriment. And someday we'll do it all together again. We'll be in a room together someday. So thank you all, Hefner, Apanathrop, Jay Matthews. You guys were crazy. We're putting a ton of inspiration. I believe Thomas said that the book has already been triggered again. So Monday there will be a giveaway during the mitten.
Yeah, because we have 8 that's going in from us, and that's not
+4, so it's 12 total.
Yeah, because the GMs goes in as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I was saying from our end. I don't keep track of your inspiration. Ezra, that's your job.
I don't keep track of it either. Amy just tells me if I have it or not.
Yeah, so we've got 12 going in, but that's not enough to trigger, is it, Thomas?
Oh, I thought there was something.
No,
with
we have a sub giveaway though.
Oh, the subscription.
Because so many subs got given away today. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Awesome. We so appreciate the support. It makes a huge difference for, it pays Quest and Chaos rent, and it gives Amy a place to sit instead of sitting at home. That's and our community is awesome. So make sure, like us, subscribe us, go to YouTube. We love you. Go there and follow all our stuff there. I believe maybe tomorrow a new episode of the Untitled podcast is coming out.
No, we just shot it today.
Oh, you
Let's
did it
not
today,
be
okay.
hasty. Let's
Uh,
give Thomas a day to get stuff done. So usually, what do we do?
Yeah.
Launch on Tuesday, Thomas?
Oh, does
Yeah,
the podcast
Tuesday.
have
He's
a
doing.
day?
He's like, see.
Something
We're
of that.
working on having something scheduled, I imagine.
Yeah.
Nice. And I think that's going to do it. So
Mhm.
until next week, everybody wash your hands and we'll all be together someday. Bye-bye.